Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of the Symphony of Scylos. With that, I am your humble guide for these preceding evenings, Chris. And with that, let us introduce our cast once more, starting off with Calamity.
Oh, hi, I'm Calamity. You can find me as Hey Calamity with 3 Ys at the end all over the internet. And tonight, for the final time, I will be playing our magician, Lauren.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Next up, Cleric.
Hello, one and all. My name's Cleric. You can find me on the internet at cleric_34. And tonight, I'll be playing Alvaro, our doctor, who has, maybe has some issues they need to work out. We don't know yet. Let's play it by ear.
We love to see it. Next up, Danny.
Hello, I'm Danny Gage, aka Bitterthorn on the internet, and I use she/her pronouns. My character that I am playing tonight is the spy of this group, Laylee, who also uses she/her pronouns. That's it.
Lovely, lovely. Toffee, you're next.
Hello, Familia. I'm Toffee. Pronouns are he, him. I am a Filipino actor based out of San Diego, and tonight I'm going to be playing Gareth, the fighter.
We'd love it. We'd love it. And last but not least, Val.
Hello everyone, I'm Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm a TJRPG performer and Twitch variety streamer. And tonight I have the distinct pleasure of playing our party's invoker, Rao, who also uses he, him pronouns, who has some wrangling to do. Let's get it started, guide. Take us away.
Fantastic. Before we go on one last epic journey, a couple of announcements. First off here, in terms of content warnings for this particular AP, this APT, oh, there we go, English. This AP in particular contains fantasy violence, familial struggles, severe weather, references to romance, monsters, political corruption, and references to war. If any of this doesn't float your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content on the channel for you to enjoy. Also, as well, if you type !Discord in the chat, you get a link to the Discord for Bad House RPG, so you can keep up to date on all the new projects that will come out after we finish and catch an update and see when everything comes out. You can also type !Donate into the chat to donate $5 or use them lovely channel bits in order to give one of your lovely players here a reroll, including me if you're feeling particularly spicy. With that, in terms of the last things here, in terms of shows coming up, well, this is the final episode for this show. There is a plethora of other shows that are coming out. With that, Each One by Night is going to be airing Tuesday, once again, with its third episode, continuing the story of what happened last week. And next Wednesday is the final episode for Shattered Dawn, a cyberpunk game that is run on this channel. With all that in mind, my lovely party, are we ready to begin? Fantastic.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah. With that, we open up one last time on the fabled city of an unknown origin as we find ourselves in the tavern once more. It is full to the brim of people trying to listen into this wonderful story that they've been listening to for the past 4 nights. It's brimming with people drinking, eagerly awaiting the narrator as they slowly make their way up to the stage once more. Good evenings and salutations, my gentle folk. As you know, tonight will be my last night as your humble narrator. But I fear not, as I intend to wrap up our story with a lovely bang tonight. We last left off our heroes in dire straits as they managed to find their way into the depths of Highborn to learn the truth of Mars' demise, as well as the so-called demon of Highborn, who was in reality Gareth's long and cursed father, who was in charge of protecting his own damn creation known as the Ember Crown from any who seek it. Sadly, the enemy knew of its location thanks to Alvaro, who not only helped the party get in, but also helped the party with a strong defense until he told Alazar of the location to save his poor grandmother. With that, in the chaos that followed suit, the crown was eventually lost, as Eland held it for a little too long, as the spirit of the Ember Queen infused into his, entrapping our fair heroes in a tomb of their own making. With that, we shall jump back onto that fateful bridge, as the camera returns back mere moments after the events that happened right before. There was a feeling of hopelessness, as for the past couple minutes, Arthas has tried to find a way out for you all. And it seems somehow the spirit of the Ember Queen charred all the paths out. So much so that not even sunlight comes into this place anymore. It is a truly somber and sad affair. And I think, before we all meet once more, what is going through the minds of each of our party?
Just-
Who's going?
I'll go first. I think Alvaro is kind of not attempting to even get out of the situation. I think Alvaro is kind of sitting to the side, and he's kind of glaring at Garth and Malele, but also feels horrible. Like there's the deep pit of like shame that's mixed into Alvaro, but is like also deeply resentful of those two, and is kind of just sitting there in the middle, or sitting there like to the side against the wall, kind of just resigned.
Fantastic. What about everyone else?
Rao is Rao is still desperately trying to fight out. He has not given in. He's reaching that point of hopelessness, of difficulty. But he's still trying his best to slam it. Like if there's a wooden door, he's slamming his shoulder into it, trying to get out of this place. He's trying to find an underground secret passageway. These are the Gear Knights. We must have some sort of hidden passageway. Why is there no way out? And I think that the dread is now seeping into his mind of we might not make it out of this.
Truly somber. What about my other three members?
Lawrence was probably sort of pacing as Rao was like trying to look for ways out, just seeing if like something would work. And probably quicker than Rao because a little bit more grumpy, kind of realized there is no easy way we're getting out of here. And I think now he's probably kind of just like sitting there, like looking at the ground, just like thoughts going through his mind.
Two other people. What is going through your mind?
I think for the first time in a long time, Gareth, compared to the others around him, is filled with a lot of purpose and just thankfulness that he now has something to belong to. As he begins to sort of calm down from the heat of combat, he just looks around at everyone around him, and just for that small little moment, he's gonna smile, because despite them being in the shithole, you know, he's in the shithole with all these other people. And with all these other people around, the shit don't smell as bad.
Laylee thinks to myself for a little moment. There is definitely an anxiety on my face and picking at my fingers and just like fidgeting a lot as I'm sitting here thinking. And I go, okay, if this is the last time we ever get to say anything to everybody, I want to come clean. I'm sorry, Gareth, for playing that prank on you. And I think it was Seda. I didn't mean to be mean about the flowers. I was just trying to get you to tell her that you liked her and you didn't have to just go buy all these things for her. And so I just thought it would be really funny, and then it really wasn't, and I feel really bad. And Rao's been judging me ever since, and I can't stand how he looks at me sometimes because I know he's so disappointed. And Rao, I'm sorry that sometimes I play pranks on you too. I want to confess that all of the things I have given you are not necessarily actually gear night things. They're just trinkets I found and maybe lied to you about because it was so great how excited you were about them and you were really happy. And I thought maybe it was better if you were just happy and ignorant and even if it wasn't actually gear night souvenirs. And I feel really, I don't know. And Alvaro, I'm really sorry about your grandma. I think
Don't. You don't get to no.
there's so many people who are going to die now that they have the crown. And we're just gonna sit in here and have a quiet death where we're gonna think about how much damage we did.
Why are you talking like that, Malali? Ever since I've known you, you have been the most optimistic person I know. And yet you're here thinking like we're gonna starve to death in here, tear each other apart like cannibals. This isn't like
That's
you.
That's because
because we probably are, Gareth.
yeah. Usually there's a way out. We
And there is a way out. Alright? Malali? You gotta believe it. Alvaro?
What?
I don't want another word out of you.
Oh, really? Not another word out of me, but you had enough words to damn my girl, the only family I ever had. What you see once you got a family member, suddenly everyone else's family doesn't matter? So yeah, I think we're stuck here. I think we all made dumb decisions, and if we all stuck here now in this stupid hole where we're going to die because of you
At
and because of all
at
of
that
us.
point, Rao, I think, was not fully listening to what Malali was saying and missed that whole Gear Knight confession bit, but has torn off a bit of a wooden door off its hinges to find yet another dead end that's not going to get them out of there. And he just kind of goes, "Oh my god! Enough! All of you! Enough!" Alvaro, it kind of sucks that you handed us, not just us, but Mar, the world, to the Amber Queen. But I had faith in you. I had faith that you had faith in us. Yes,
Faith?
did Garrett... Yeah! Did you not have faith in me?
No!
Did you think I would have let Abuela down like that? And I didn't. Are you forgetting that?
I think Alvaro stands up and kind of just like makes a big wide gesture. Look at where we're at. None of you. I was there with the aftermath of Mar. I saw exactly what happened to each and every person. I saw someone get hurt, everyone die. Stone. I saw the aftermath. I saw how powerful our foes really were. And you expect me to follow what? The liar, the loser, the arrogant, and the hopeless idiot. You think
At that
you
At
Yeah.
that moment, Garrett's gonna go ahead and just leap at Alvaro, and tackle him to the ground.
Alvaro is also like throwing punches, like trying to get you off and wrestling with you.
You want to rolly? You want to do a little rollies?
Yeah, you know what?
Oh my
I'm
God.
down. Yeah, I'm
Oh
down.
no,
As-
both of you.
As I try to just do a quick little punch across the jaw.
Okay.
It's a
So
9.
I roll against. Okay, I roll against you, right?
Yeah.
I'm never
Please.
using this dice again. That was a 1.
Oh,
Straight up a
okay.
1. Should've-
With that, you, Gareth, immediately almost pounce on him like an animal, and with that, Alvaro, you just get the living daylights kicked out of you. You just get bah.
Not too many punches. Not too many punches. Just like a solid 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Bah bah.
I'd like to say
Mm.
we're not the idiots. We almost won, Alvaro. We were gonna
You-
fix all of this. You fucked it all up.
Do you think
Is
I'm
that
okay
really
with
what
that?
you? Is that really what you think of us? Of me?
Alvaro, I think like tears like kind of streaming down, mixed with like I think a blood like a nosebleed. Is very much
Get off of
just
him,
like,
Gareth.
I stand up, wipe the dust off my shirt, and sit down next to Malali and Lawrence.
Raul will come over to Alvaro, and if Alvaro takes it, like he's gonna like sit down by Alvaro.
I think Alvaro will spin themselves to like lay down on the floor, but like have their back towards you, sitting next to you,
Mm-hmm.
but is saying this out loud to the entire group to hear.
Mhm.
It's kind of just like, there's nothing you could say. Every turn we've been proven wrong. Gareth lost a leg. A city was destroyed. Every time I thought there was a hope, something proved me wrong. What hope really is there?
I think at that moment, Lawrence will look to Abuela and like sort of like not say it, but like sort of wait for her to answer the question.
It is very true that what predicament that we are in is very dire, but I do believe with Val, with Valor and Day that there is hope. That everything will be alright in the end. And looking back at you all, what has happened is happened, and I do not think fighting one another is going to help it. You tried your best. It's not like you didn't do anything, but a lot of things have happened which are not your fault. It is the burden of our legacy that we left behind. So it does not fall on you all to solve our problems. And I'm sorry that everything that has happened to you has happened. And you see they kind of retreat back and sit down, slightly saddened, not in the terms of them being alive or being responsible, but partly of having all of this weight of responsibility on your shoulder.
Hey, Abuela.
Yes.
Did your grandson make the right choice?
You see there is a pause, almost momentary thinking. I love my grandson very, very much. As you see, she scratches your head. Whether to say if he did the right or wrong thing is conceptual. An argument could be made for each. I am proud of my grandson, as he did not, for the most part, forsake the values he was raised on.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I think this might be a good. I just read my ability, and I can only ever use it once in the entirety of the story. So, uh,
Okay.
gay. I can use my gay ability, prophecy. And I think what would be more fun is if you choose the NPC, because the way the ability is written is you delve through the time to glimpse an NPC's fate. You may only use this ability once during your entire story, so do it wisely. The choice you make shapes the story for everyone. The prophecy must come true. The guide is obligated to honor the fate you have chosen at some point in the story. When and how it emerges is up to the guide. You may keep your choice secret from the party. And I will choose one of the following things. It will eventually become true as you have foreseen. A lot of these are painful. We have sacrifice, savior, which is someone will sacrifice themselves. Betrayer, someone will betray that. Well, we already had that, so that can't happen again. We have
You're welcome,
paragon.
gamer.
And we have paragon. The creature will do something so morally good that they become widely known for their righteousness. And I think I'll pick that.
In this
And
instance,
it has to be an NPC. So
yeah, so in this instance, what NPC do you think would be at the forefront of Rao's mind? Out of everyone, good, bad, in between, which one do you think is at the forefront of Rao's mind?
right now, I think probably. Oh, he wouldn't think of him because he's fucked off. Probably Arcus. Probably Gareth's dad.
Arthas.
Arthur, sorry.
Yeah. And I get to decide the fate here, or is it
Like you get to decide like how it manifests. Basically everything else. I just go Paragon and then NPC. That's it. So
Okay,
however that unfolds is up to you.
So what fate do you want to go with here, with Arthas?
I'll go with Paragon.
Paragon.
If you want to make it heartbreaking, that's up to you, and I take no responsibility.
Okay, just making clear, I am not responsible for the sadness that gets produced.
Nope.
You take a moment here. You think, almost meditating within that space. You focus on Arthas, and it's kind of weird. You don't get a picture per se, you get emotion. And as you kind of go in and out of it, there is only one path out. But you do know someone still has to remain here. Someone is still cursed until the crown is destroyed. Someone is forever beholden to these long dead halls. But in these long dead halls, something in the library, something is the key to getting out. To bring someone to you who you would never imagine would help you at all. As you just see the faint image of Ree, the bird that cursed Mar in the beginning, the first owl you met. Something in one of these libraries, you know where it is, can summon them here. But for what reason would they help you? And why would Arthas be a part of it? As you get back.
I think everyone sees Rao's eyes like glaze over, almost turning cloudy white and silver, as he just stares off into the distance. And I think there's a heavy pause before he kind of like blinks and looks over at Arthas and scrambles to his feet and says, "Sir, this is going to no. There's a library. There's a way out of here. This isn't hopeless, but there's a library, and there's something there. Blues and silvers and bright whites. It has something to do with Ree. Sir, I don't know what it is."
Look on his face. So let me get this straight. You want to summon the enemy here. And what makes you think they're not going to rip your throat out? Just for my professional understanding of how this goes.
I don't know if they're 100% our enemy.
Call it a gut feeling. Call it faith. Call it whatever you want. Sheer audacity. But all I know is there's a path ahead. It's in the library. It has to do with Ree. It has to do with you, sir.
You see, he looks over to you, Gareth. Do you agree with this plan? Do you trust these people enough to summon the enemy to the very doorsteps of this halls?
I look around, meet everyone's eyes. Barely meet Alvaro's, but I meet his eyes. And then my eyes lastly go on Rao's. I've never trusted any one more. Rao is the most trustworthy person I've ever come to know. And I don't trust easily. Yes, Father?
Fine. Follow me. As you see, he picks up very hastily one of the nearby candles to light the way. As you leads the way, do you all follow suit, or does anybody stay behind?
I'm not staying behind.
Let's go!
Abuela, come with us, please.
Got the fast pass. Let's go.
You see that even though Abuela, she's like, she needs assistance. she's an older frame, and there's a lot of steps. So, you all make your way there. Just trying to get up the steps. But
I feel
as
like
you
Lawrence would help.
Yeah, I would like to come help her also.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You see, it's just like, thank you very much. Even though she gives you, in particular, Milele, just a little bit of a spiteful look, of just like, you let me die, you were gonna let me die, but like, okay, and just there's a slight sinister, just like, you little shit. and just helping up the stairs. With that, you all enter in what looks like to be the library. You see it is a mess. It is large, full of tomes, scrolls, work desks that are a little bit, disheveled and whatnot. And there's a lot of stuff here. Usually him goes, well, this place is a mess. So I suggest we all take a section and... What did it look like again?
And I think like he like tries to focus and he says, it's something hidden here to call, read blue, whites, like the colors of the Nafri. And I think at that moment, like the dread comes back to Rao, as he like looks up to Arthas and says, yes, it has something to do with you, and sir, I don't know if I can take you out of this place.
You see there is a look that he tries to maintain. A state of...
Yeah,
almost...
Rao's saying that last part very quietly.
You think he would overhear it? Or you think you're just saying it muttering to yourself?
No, I'm not muttering to myself, but enough for him to hear. But it's just like between the both of us as we're both like rushing. I'm imagining ahead of the party.
Yeah, you see that he hears it. There is still the same look of just him almost having the same sort of, not deadpan per se, but serious look. But you can see there's almost a slight crack when you say can't leave. And he kind of goes, very well. All of you, I would suggest you take a section. Try to find this blue-looking book, silvery, and try your best. As you see, he goes off. Abuela goes off in another direction. If everyone could be so kind for me, can everybody roll a d20? Also, in case you didn't know, you all have one free reroll in case you deem to use it here or now.
Question: because I'm
Yeah.
a librarian, could I can I add anything to this?
I'm gonna say for this instance, no. The reason why is
Dang.
because this isn't your home one, and this place is a freaking mess. So like you're looking through it, it's like, why is the biology section with ancient literature? Like it's a mess. It's like
I
if
could spend
someone is,
hours.
it's just like the person that puts the book in the wrong place. It's just like, why can't you be decent? Why can't you be, kind?
Mhm.
But everybody roll me d20 and shout out them scores for me.
11.
2.
18.
I got a 4.
4, and then I heard a 17 was the other one.
Yes, I got.
What's that? You all try to look. For the most part, you think Alvaro, you think you find it in a minute, but it's not. It's just a cooking book. Like, this is not going to summon anything. Throw it away. The rest of you are having a hard time. There's a bunch of random stuff, from diary entry journals to research maps to a whole bunch of stuff. But Milele, your specialty is in antiquities, of having that discerning eye for the gem among the rubble. And upon looking through, you find two things. You're looking through, you find the book that is described as before. As you see, it is a blue cover, slightly ripped and teared at the sides. You see on the image of it is a metal plate of what looks like to be an owl. But on the side of it, you see almost like hidden, kind of like, almost like a bookmark or paper. And kind of opening it up, you can see it says the words, as it is sheet music, just saying the Symphony of Scylos, written by Eloise de Luna.
I think I found it. Here, look. Look at this.
Rao had his face deep into a shelf before looking up at you, nose covered in dust. You found it? And he'll like rush over.
Florence,
Yeah, that.
it has Eloise's name on it.
That's her handwriting.
I'll hand it to Lawrence.
Lawrence, you look at the sheet music. You see it's a number of papers since it is a symphony, but you can see that the notes are almost of the same kind of technique used by Eloise as they shimmer and shine on the page, almost if they are alive themselves, waiting for the moment to be played.
I'll also take the book and present that to Rao.
This is it. This is what Sophia asked me to look for. This will help us.
You see,
For a
Arthas,
song?
more than just a song. It is a song to us, but almost like a call to everyone else, specifically to the Nafri. Now, I don't think it should be too much of a problem for Alazar. He doesn't seem to be concerned with Noi, but it could summon Re. This could
Do
work.
we have the? Is there like an instrument that we need to use, or?
Not particularly. These notes in particular, the orchestra is already written in the pages. We're gonna
Let's
need
go.
some. We're gonna need some room. You see, he takes the paper, he takes the book, and proceeds outside. You see, he begins to move his hand in a conductor-like way as you see the notes slowly begin to form a translucent conductor's wand, forming on the hand as he slowly begins to play. You see, the way he does it, you, Lawrence, know and remember as music has a rhythm to it. Each section and rhythm describes something, and as he begins to play what is known as an overture, the beginning of the music, you see the notes begin to almost come alive on the page. You see the orchestra bits from brass to violins to basses to cellos all begin to form almost like 3D constructs with sparkling translucent blue colors and silver as they begin to play a lovely song. So much so, it is indescribable how it feels towards you. You soon see the music begin to as you see, it starts to almost a light blue flame across in a large section. And you see slowly forming the two large feet of the owl. Soon its body begins to form until it forms the complete and total body of Re. You see, they are still imposing, enlarged with their one glowing eye and slash across their neck, or so you think. As you see, the music does more than just summon, but slowly begins to go on to the marks along their neck, as they slowly heal, before it dies down. In astonishment, you see its wings large, and you see it begin to speak. Hello?
Hi. Bree.
Who are you? As you see, immediately, astonishment turns into threatening violence. As you see, it gets close in incredibly fast speed to your face, the eye glowing still, looking over all of you.
I'd like to think the past 2 meetings were hard to forget. My friend Lawrence and I inadvertently released you. And you were there when my cousin died.
You see the wind blow in your face. I am sorry for that. Sophia, well, misguided she was, did not deserve that fate. As you see, they slowly retract. What purpose do you summon me?
We came up against Alazar? I am blanking on names, I apologize.
Alizar, you got it right.
Alazar and the Ember Queen. She got summoned out of the crown and they trapped us in here and they're off to do God knows what.
You see, again rushes. Then good! You mortals are the reason why my mother was corrupted. Turns head. Why my brother turned to darkness. Why shouldn't I let your stone cities burn like you did my home?
Because we aim to fix what they destroyed. We aim to heal what they broke.
Heal. Mortals do not know how to heal. Healing isn't in their profession. Healing is archaic to them. They only know of greed, of gold, of possessions. So much so.
So says someone who was just healed by the words of a mortal, the song of a mortal, who wrote that a long time ago out of regret and sorrow and apology. Eloise, you know her.
I know Eloise put me to sleep. Though peaceful it may be, wrong it was.
It was. And I think that song is for saying sorry.
She turns around. And what? Pray tell, do you want me to do about it? As its head only looks at you from the side.
Because he kind of like looks back at everyone and says, well, we won't ask you to do much, except get us out of here and give us a chance to make things right.
You see, its eyebrows raises in amusement. Really? You, 5 little creatures, think you can tape on an ancient power? Ash, cinder, and fire.
You can come with us. I just. What?
I think Ralph holds your forearm to reassure you, and he kind of like looks up at the Ember Queen and is just like, or don't, and we can just fight ancient cinder, fire, and ash, or die trying.
I don't really want to die trying.
Oh, shut up.
Sorry. Okay, damn.
You see, it takes a good long look at all of you. Almost like it's doing a soul gaze at each of you.
Ooh,
And
that
it's-
tickles.
It was an invasion of privacy. You see, it kind of goes to each of you through a line and stops at Malele as it gets closer to investigate. You've been mighty quiet. What are your thoughts on the situation, boatsman?
you're right. I think people are really greedy and awful and evil, but that's just the ones who take advantage of other people, and we're not all like that. And I know how it feels to have someone you love hurt or taken from you because of that greed. And it really hurts. But death happens to all of us. And we can let it change us so much that we stop living, or we can move on and find a way to make things better. And that's what I've been trying to do with my business. And I'm not really great at it, but you could have your own business. You could be really good at stopping people who are greedy.
Like a bouncer.
Yeah.
There's no way we're doing this. There's no
Not-
way.
Alvaro.
Not us suggesting to an ancient entity to
Pyramid
become a
scheme.
bouncer.
Let me see some
You're
ID.
good at a
You have
club.
ID?
You got ID. You
Your eyes the
have
perfect ID.
ID.
Just like flashlight. Hmm?
Are you under 21?
Here's your stamp.
With that, you see it kind of look over you, Milele, and retract slowly back, folding its wings around it almost like a cloak of some sort. As it just looks proud, chest pumped out, looking towards you. Fine. I will take you to my brother and my mother. But if I help you, he stays. As you see, he points towards Arthas. He is responsible for this mess, and he is lucky I do not kill him where he stands. Do we have an accord?
What if someone takes his place?
Gareth.
If only it was so simple. But he who forgeth is the one who's cursed. There is no trading of curses, no matter how powerful of magic, nor would I even attempt to help alleviate the pain and fire that crawls in his body.
Rao looks apologetically both at Gareth and Arthas because he knows what must be done.
You see Arthas takes a step forward. I find these terms amenable. Take the rest of them out of Highburn, and I shall continue to serve out my sentence. Agreeable. Now, I suggest you hurry. My mother and brother are headed to Eston, and from what I can feel in the wind, as you see the feathers rile up, magic is changing, and not for the good. I shall await on the outsides of the fort, so you can at least say goodbyes. It is more than what I receive. So let us not say I was never kind to mortals. As you see, they take their leave, almost crouching down through the exit, awaiting towards the outskirts of the bridge.
Y'all can follow Ree. Don't know what else you really have to say to... Unless... Rao, you have something to say to My pops?
He will stand like a good boy next to you, good friend, and hold out his hand over to Arthas and say, "Thank you, sir. It was nice to meet you, sir. I'm sorry."
You see him look at you, Rao. He does not shake your hand, but instead looks up to you as the sword begins to form down his side.
What?
Would you please kneel for me, Rao?
That's kind of badass, Rao. Neil.
Oh, yeah, okay. And Raul kneel.
You see he kneels. As you kind of kneel down on the ground, he puts his sword laying right on your side. Do you, Rao, promise to protect not only the people of Eston, not only the people of Mali, to protect those who are in aid, those who cannot defend themselves, and those who are most need in kindness?
I do.
Do you promise, as he puts the sword on the other side, to use your magic for the right, to not fall to the corruption of violence or greed?
I do.
You see him take the sword on the side, put it in front of him. Rise, Sir Rao, for no more are you among the peasants and the rabble. You are now a gear knight, from the day you live to the day you die.
Thank you. And I think like there's like tears that well up in his eyes, but he steels himself and gets up. Thank you, sir.
Sophia would be proud.
They would have. Thank you. And I think gives one last squeeze on Garrett's shoulder. And then kind of like looks at everyone. Right. And step away.
As you step away, Millie will give you a hug as we kind of all slowly turn and walk out.
Yeah.
And some time.
I wait for them.
Yeah,
I wait for
as-
them to exit the stage right. As I take a look at you, Pops. Well,
I'm at a loss for words. Not gonna lie, I thought you were a girl. I didn't get to see your birth beforehand.
and I thought you were dead.
Touche.
Father, let's keep it simple for both of our sakes. I said goodbye to you a long time ago. I don't want to do it again.
Then let us
Is-
say till next time.
Is there anything you want me to tell Mother?
If all ends well, I hope to tell her myself. If not, tell her that I still dream of that beach. That I still remember our first kiss.
Was that how I was made?
No, you were not made on a beach.
Oh,
If you want to hear the full story, it was a lovely vineyard. and
no,
I
no,
have to
no,
say-
no. You made him a gear knight.
I did.
I'd like to become one too.
Slightly surprised. No, I thought you didn't like us, Gear Knights. Weren't we just fools with our heads in the clouds?
Better to be a fool chasing dreams than to not chase any dreams at all.
Then I shall ask for you to kneel. Yeah.
I do so on my prosthetic leg.
He recites it once more. Rise, Sir Gareth, blood of my blood, and from now to the day you die, you shall be known as a Gear Knight, with all of his splendors, wonders, and responsibilities. For I know, in you, not only have I secured my legacy, but the legacy of those who could not help themselves. As he gives a very deep, embracing hug.
I take it, trying to let go of the childhood just guilt that I've had. And as I come out of it, till next time.
Till next time.
And I meet back with the party.
Fantastic. As you all convene once more, would you say that they saw you kneel down and take the knee, or do you think that would be a little bit more of a private affair?
Ralph forgot his keys and he had to go back to no, I think it was a private affair. I think he's gonna hold on to that for a while. We'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. With that, the rest of you all get near Ree. Now, if you would be so kind, and to board the Ree Express. As you see, he crouches down for you all to get onto his back.
Quick question: is my abuela coming with us?
Oh yeah, she's there. She's just kind of
Okay.
very...
All aboard the owl!
The Owl Express.
Can I sit by the emergency exit for more legroom, or is that like
Charge extra for that.
Just like the slightly back. You see your abuela kind of go, "Meet eyes," and just kind of running.
Is there gonna be snacks on this flight?
Oh my gosh.
No, it's only an hour. It's a it's a red eye. It's
Yeah.
no snacks.
This is your captain speaking. Now, with that, as you all proceed to get into the back, I highly suggest you hold on to something. You see their wings laid out. You see their sort of fur feathers begin to sort of glow, that sort of translucent bluish, as you see a portal begin to slightly open. You see your father Arthas on the ramparts of the wall waving goodbye. With that, all of you, almost like diving down, they immediately dive into the crevice and crack of Highburn, enter the portal as you go through almost this very narrow-ish, deep route as you sort of travel through and through, side to side, wind flowing through your face, almost in a sense of sparkles in an S kind of going across your eyes that you have to cover yourself. It takes maybe a minute or two as you sort of take turns, spins, until you see up ahead the roots that are normal begin to shift and change as you see they start to begin to burn. Ash begins to form on them, and it begins to get hot. You see a portal begin to open from the top, and you see water begin to come in as you go out on top. As you find yourself at Eston, it is night now. You see that there are fires all along the city, primarily as you can hear what sounds like to be infighting. You can see it is not just Arcus soldiers fighting, it is not Eston soldiers fighting off an enemy, but rather almost civil war in an esque, as you see Eston fighting Eston with also Arcus helping. It doesn't seem like Arcus is here as an army, but it seems like somehow they must have gotten to the city. But for what you can see, Eston is besieged. But that sight of people fighting within the city, fighting for their lives, the clanking of swords, steel, screaming, fire, is not what concerns you. What concerns you is the tree that once laid in Eston, as it is no normal that calm blue, but rather almost glowing fiery red, as almost if it is being set on fire from the inside, as you see ash begins to fall down towards the city in replace of the petal, covering it almost in a thick ash. You see Ree has opened up a portal from what looks like to be the docks, where most people are escaping from. As you see, he responds back, "Where should I take you?"
I have no idea.
To the tree.
Fine. To the tree. Now you may want to, before he finishes his sentence, you hear something. Brother! As you see coming down, Alazar in his bird form immediately just side swipes Ree, forcing all of you off the bird, flying down as you all plummet towards the waters of the bay. What are you guys doing in this instance as you are falling down?
Oh, I'm good. Wait, I'm good.
You're
I'm
good.
aquatic.
These
I'm aquatic.
normies. Yeah, sounds like a skill
I'm
issue.
I'm a merman. So water, we're gonna be fine.
It's still you're still falling from a large distance. You're gonna...
I don't understand how height works. It's fine. There's water underneath, right?
It's water. So nothing from Alvaro.
No, I think I was gonna try to dive, like move in the air towards the Abuela to make sure that she's okay, because I mean, she has that water. I don't know. She's probably done. So he's moving towards there.
You can see no emotion on her face. She just looks like she's done. She looks like she's checked out. She's
Fair.
like, this is just
Well,
just all day. Just
She's
like
stayed
accept
hibernate at
fate.
this point.
Yeah, very much Kratos meme, just kind of just letting the wind take them at the moment. Everybody else?
I'm looking at my spells. Hold on.
I don't know if I have any abilities that can help with this, so I guess my instinct is just gonna be to pull everything in tight and hold my nose.
Fantastic. Anybody else attempt to do something, or we just letting fate take the lead?
I will attempt to do something. I will spend an AP to summon the shield. It will block up to 3 points of damage. I don't know how much that's gonna help me here, but it'll help a little bit.
Yeah.
And anything that is more than that will pass through the shield.
Fantastic. Lawrence and Garrett.
I'm just thinking about how this works physics-wise. If I just took my sword and just like whirlwinded, like slow down,
Cloud strife your way down.
slow down my velocity somehow. No, you know what? I think I want to, as I am falling towards the body of water, I'm going to kind of charge in head first with my sword out. trying to somehow like use my sword's like ice property to kind of make like a padding of fresh snow in the water, if possible.
Okay.
But you know, it's such a hurried moment. I don't know if I would be able to pull it off.
You can roll a 20 for me, and then Lawrence, what about you? Are you doing anything, or are we letting fate take the wheel?
So I have the thing, but I don't know how helpful it could actually be.
Well, what do you got? What do you got?
'Cause,
Hey, look, anything's
okay.
possible.
I have a hot air balloon with a red panda. I'm not even joking.
Say again. Say again.
I have a hot air balloon with a red panda.
Okay. All right. So what are we gonna try? You try to pull this off right quick?
I guess I don't know what else to do. Here I'm trying to find the full description of it. But basically, where is?
You can look that up.
All
Gareth,
this
roll
stuff.
me a d20
There we go.
first to see what you do. I'll get right back to you in a
Okay.
second, Lawrence.
Yeah. There it is.
I'm gonna use my reroll.
Okay.
got a 7.
All right. All right.
11.
11. Okay. With that, that's a success there. Okay. With that, Lawrence, what was it that you were trying to attempt here?
So, Peerless Pilot is the name of it. I can summon a hot air balloon from another dimension that can fit me and my party. It's 30 meters tall, can look like anything I want, and it's piloted by a small illusionary creature that can talk to you and your crew and take instructions. The standard creature is a red panda wearing goggles.
Fantastic.
I just don't know how I'm gonna get everyone in it.
It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
You just
You
it's
had this
like
in your
a-
back pocket the whole time?
We were gonna get a legendary. How could I not get that one?
Oh, okay.
What in the name of Kingdom Hearts gummy ship is this?
With this, you immediately lay a ground of frost, right, Gareth, sort of make it slightly smoother rather than it being a hard impact. But as you do, you see something immediately emerge from the frost as you see boom, boom, as you see what looks like to be some sort of hot air balloon as you all hit onto it and then bounce off into the water as you don't take any damage from this. As you boom, you see as you guys are kind of coming up, the balloon kind of deflates at the same time from hitting all these bodies at once, especially with a sword that was like tipped down. As you see what looks like to be a red panda going, "Oh my god! Did I do my job?"
So the red panda remembers me, like we're buddies, and remembers every like passing encounter we've had. Like, yeah.
Lawrence! Lawrence!
Oh gosh, we're good.
Lawrence!
Yeah, I'm good. We're good.
We're good?
Yep,
Can I-
we're good.
Can I break out?
Sure. Yep. Yep.
All right, see you next Tuesday, my guy. And you just see
Yeah,
it
see
kind of dissipates.
What? What just happened?
That's long story.
Grandmother kind of just floating up because it is the power of magic. It's really weird sometimes.
What was his name?
Pop.
Oh, I love him. He should come be with us more often. That was so cool.
Yeah, Pablo's not exactly a social type.
Oh, he seemed really nice to me.
You see,
Sounds
as you
for about
all,
5 seconds.
as all you were in the water, you see a group of people that are on some sort of warboat, kind of like, "Hey, are you okay?"
I guess
we could use lift.
Yeah, sure. Come on, get on.
Yeah,
you see
to
the
the
kind of,
fiery tree.
excuse me? We're going towards the city. Hey, buddy, this way is out to the ocean. Why do you want to go back?
Well, got a city to save. Maybe the world. Whichever is easiest.
I'm gonna throw them overboard.
Look, buddy, I don't know. I see you just throw.
We're saving the world here, okay?
Dude, we don't have to throw everyone overboard.
Maybe they need to have more faith in us.
Shocked, but then throw somebody else overboard as well.
As you just see, you just throw just the people off. You see the
Okay.
other people get the message and go, got it, and proceed to just dive into it. As you see, just everyone
Oh my
breaks off
God.
this boat. Luckily, there's another one that's kind of coming through, and they're like, freaking bandits! And they just kind of begin to
We're not
row out.
bandits. We're helping. I promise we're helping.
We're from the town of Mar, just so you guys know.
Don't give out our location. Don't do that. Wait, don't do that.
You can call us the
Milady.
Gear Knight.
Yeah, the Cure Knight. Milady, pilot us. Mush.
Good thinking, Gareth. And I'll start taking over the boat.
With that, as you, in a very strange number of events, somehow make your way to the docks of Eston. As you sort of pull yourself docking in, you can see there are a number of trade ships that have just thrown their cargo off to the side, trying to load up as many people as possible. You can see currently at the moment, with almost dirt covered on them, you see the familiar image of not only Aya Grazi, but also of Mira, as you see the two of them are leading efforts for people to get onto different boats.
I don't.
So in this instance, what do you guys want to do?
All right.
Who was the other person? It was Aya and who?
It was Mira. Mira was Eloise's
Uh-uh.
sister-in-law, and then Aya is their boss. They work for the Grazi Bank. They're the head of the bank.
Oh, that's right.
Just double checking, just so I get my lore correct here. The Grazis, the father, Grazi's father was the one that commissioned the Ember Crown, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I had that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's got dirt on them. I pull up the boat and like park it. I don't know. Bring it in. Okay, tying off the boat. What do we do now? Do we see the tree?
You see the tree, you're at the end of the city, so you have to make your way in there. And you know that's going to be a little bit difficult. You can't see where Ree is, you could just hear the thunderous sort of sound of their battle. At the moment, you can see, Aya and Mira are somehow leading what left is of this city guard as a defense, holding lines. At the moment, you see there, in particular, Aya is screaming orders of, get these people on this boat here, get these people on this boat here, make sure the wall is defended, send more men to the front.
We got another boat over here. I'll motion them over and point to our friends. Hey, look. Someone we can get help from?
Swapsies, they get the boat, we go join the city guard.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe they have
See-
horses.
Family of 5 come up, thank you. Get on the boat and begin to sort of unloosen it, begin to make their way out. You see Mira and Aya sort of pull up, and you see they go, Aya in particular, you made it! Wait, what are you doing here? How did you get it? Did you... I hope you found what you were looking for.
We found a lot of things. Found a lot of things.
That is a very loaded question.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. You care to explain to me why our tree is on fire?
I don't know. You care to explain to me why your dad commissioned some things, started all this off?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Let's
Playing
not
the
punish the
ignorant.
children for the sins of our parents.
All right, come on. We gotta get to the tree. We don't know what's on fire. It's on fire. Let's go take care of it.
Do you have any way
as
for
you
us to
guys-
get there?
It's a little difficult to say, and you see Mira kind of go, it's a little difficult. We, at the moment, sort of pulls out a quick map. We are trying to defend the harbor as much as we best can. Problem is, somehow Arcus and our own men as well decided to betray us. And right now we are primarily fighting a defensive war. We've heard that the Deotesis, both Anna and Dula, are currently holding the main lobby area or the main access point to the tree. They're defending it. We haven't attacked it because we just don't... It's not a priority for us right now, so we're trying to get as many people out.
Sounds like a path that we need to clear. And Raoul will unsheath his sword. We good? I see one path and one path ahead. Unless someone else has any better ideas.
No, let's go.
Our
Mira.
main-
Go ahead, Alvaro. What?
So I'm sorry. Our main idea is to jump into a two-way battle to fight our way into a tree with no plan to help fight two gods. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Right on the money, Alvaro.
You got it.
Abuela, you can come too if you would like. You good with a
Oh,
sword?
no. No,
But,
no, not
My abuela's
for-
not getting involved.
no, mira, no. No, and you see they kind of just immediately get back in the same boat that you just. I'm good.
Actually,
I'm good.
before we all charge in, can I have a conversation with abuela real quick?
Sure. As you see, she
Alright,
goes,
I've
Mira,
s-
no, just slowly packing away. But in that moment, you get a private moment with your.
Yeah, I can wait
abuela.
till we're done with the whole wrap of we're about to charge through.
Okay.
Maybe during this time, while Alvaro is saying his farewells, we can fill Aya in on the information that we found. We don't have to necessarily role play it out, but we can just be like, listen, this is you're gonna need the time of the entirety of this battle to probably process this. So we'll tell you now.
Yeah, so like Elan's dead or whatever?
Just whole thing, mix of emotions. You can get from the general gist of what they tell you. To fast forward a bit, they never knew what their father did. They always thought their father is a good person who died in the war honorably. They never knew the true extent of what they did. It still doesn't explain why the Deotises hate them, but for the most part, it looks like maybe their father screwed a lot of people over in his time. But for the most part, they kind of go, that's beyond the point now. I can give you a squad of men. They can try to find the fastest way in, but once you get to the head of that tree, you're gonna have to fight your way in. Are you sure you all can deal with that? You can leave right now. There is a number of boats you can get on and leave. You do not have to do this.
I just one quick thing. We're gonna do it, but I never got that favor about getting, a place to stay. So I'd like to ask that for another favor, just in case.
She looks you dead in the eyes. If you somehow pull this off, I will make you a very, very rich person.
Okay.
Not that you need incentives.
Well, I was gonna ask if you had a catapult.
We do, but for what reason?
If I recall, getting up that tree was an elevator, and it's on fire right now. Just don't know if it's gonna be in commission. And I'd rather catapult up a tree than climb it.
You can see. Well, the catapult can get you maybe about halfway, but you'll still have to climb.
Hang on tight, spider monkey. Where's it at?
You see Mira goes like, this is a bad idea. Just left towards the end of the harbor. We can position it. It can maybe shock put you towards the tree, but for the most part, you are going to have to climb. So we can give you something maybe to help you, get up there.
Get your men on that. We'll meet you in front of the tree.
Hi. You see, you men, get the catapult ready. What are we shooting at? The tree. Are you serious?
See you there. Sorry I accused you.
Wait, what are we shooting? People. I just concern from that direction. Anything else before I get to our conversation here between Alvaro and their grandmother? No. With that, Alvaro, you have a moment with your grandmother, who's already leg in the boat. They're ready to go. They're like, nah, mira, no sé, no, okay, no. And just like, get another boat, getting ready to go.
Alvaro, is just like, yeah, I need you to leave. I know you want to leave, but I want to make sure implicitly you're leaving, right? You're not coming back here at all?
Oh, no, mira, no, not for those little sheets. And she points at both Gareth and Malele. Excuse my language, son, but fuck them. But Excuse my language, but they're not kind people. I will remember this to the day I die.
They're good people, and it was my fault. I think in the long run, they were probably right.
You see, they kind of pinch your cheek. I am so proud of you. You really have grown. You are turning quite into the fine young man that I always knew you could be.
I don't feel that way, Abala. I feel like I am a failure, a coward.
Mira! And she kind of immediately just grabs some paper and hits you up the head with it. No. You do not say that. That is bad self-affirmation. You repeat that of me. You are a good person. I said repeat that to me! As you see that he jumps on the head.
Abala, I am a good person.
Good. You are a strong person.
Abala, do we really have to do this?
I
right
said
now?
repeat it.
I am a strong person.
And you are smarter than anyone in this world. But also, you are kind.
I don't think I can say all that in a very quick and succinct way.
You get the gist. Go be a hero now that I know you can be. And if you die, I will hunt you in your grave.
I'm not sure that's okay. Thank you, Abala. I'm gonna do what I should have done.
Oh, and one more thing. In case you get hungry, I managed to find some graham crackers. In case you need a little snack.
No importa.
It's a little, you only need a little bit timber to take on a god. So, you just a little graham. It's a full stomach. It's good for you. And you see the guy go, yo, lady, please. I want to leave out here alive. You're like, okay, lady, hey. I have to go. The peasants are being angry. So.
Te amo. I love you, Grandma.
I love you too, Nino. As you see, they kind of give you a hug and proceed to get on the boat. And as they sort of rowboat away, you see she's using the same paper to hit the guy upside the head. He's like, I'm having a moment with my grandson. Why don't you not be so rude? He goes, lady, stop. Hey, come on.
All right. And I think Alvaro burns the idea of that last image of Abuela leaving into their brain, and kind of, I think if anyone looks over to Alvaro, you see their shoulders square in a little bit of resolve, and then walks back and just why are we pulling up a catapult?
Oh, Gareth wants to launch us into the tree.
What?
I think it's a great idea. It'll get us there really quickly.
How would we survive the impact back? How are we just gonna launch all 5 of us into a direct? Oh my god, we're all gonna die.
That part.
You see one of the soldiers look, I know you have a death wish, but luckily we have this little thing that you kids may not know about called magic. Pretty much, we can shoot. You just have to, sit on the very large boulder, and it should take you all the way through. After that, you should have something in your packs that should immediately kind of retract you to the nearest part of the bark. You just have to climb up after that. Though it's suicidal in my opinion as a trained professional soldier.
Is there really no other way?
We have a gear knight, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Sir Rao.
gods. Yes, that's me.
You goes,
Yes.
you see, it's just he gets on the knee. Sorry, sir. Sorry, I didn't know. Anything you
It's
need,
fine.
sire.
Can
you give me-
as Gareth instructed, as you see fit, we will. Yes. Pulls out his sword. Kindness carries us. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Kindness carries us.
Gareth steps forward. Actually, actually, I'm also a Gear Knight.
What?
The fuck?
Yeah,
Prove
that's
it.
funny.
Listen, I know you want to co-opt like Garrett, the Rouse thing, but you don't have to really join in on the moment. You know?
Kindness carries us, right, Rao?
I think Rao at first is like bewildered and then like smiles and like takes your shoulder and holds you close, like, yeah. All right. Catapult us to our doom. Well, I guess we have to cut a path first and then catapult us to our doom.
All right, everybody, load them up. We're gonna do a suicide attempt here. And with that, we shall take a short break. With that, everybody, get yourself some water.
Catapult
Get yourself
break.
food. Get some catapult break. They
Wild.
gotta stitch you up. So get yourself some
While we're
water.
shooting through the air.
It's like to be continued. Do, 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 do. With that, get water, use a baño, grab a snack, and we'll be right back. See you soon, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of our finale. With that, you currently are all on catapults. At the moment, they have you nice and strapped, not enough that you can't move yourself around, but you do notice that they do provide some sort of enchanted shield in the front in case of emergency that you don't pull out. It gives you just a quick moment in case something goes wrong. But the moment you see the guys line you all up, and they kind of like look at you, it's like, hey, don't want to be that guy, Sir Knight, citizens. Are you sure you want to be shot across the city into a giant tree, in which from there you must climb to the top? Just from my knowledge.
Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think I'm feeling very safe with this idea, so I'm down for us to discuss something else.
No, this is what we're doing, so just strap in, buddy.
Okay,
Well, that's all I needed. All right, boys, conscience is clear. Launch them.
What? Wait! I think I forgot.
As you see, one of the guys just immediately. With that, we see first, Rao, you go first. After that, we see, brain here. Gareth goes next. In the middle of it, we see Alvaro, you go next. After that, we see Malele and last Lawrence as you all are shot across the city. As you see fighting through boulders launching at it. You almost like a quick sense see the city as it is almost under siege, under attack. You can hear the occasional, what the hell is that? Just seeing people going through. But at the moment here, you have a chance to jump off as you kind of get to the zenith point of where you have to jump off in order to get onto the tree. So if everyone would be so kind for me, because I have to see how this goes from my own. Everybody roll a d20 for me, please. You also have a reroll, except for you,
Except for
Gareth. You already
Yeah.
used yours.
Well, Garrett got a reroll actually right now in the chat.
Yes.
Oh, you got another.
Oh.
You got another one. You got another. Oh, okay. It looks like everybody's got two. All right, I see. Everyone. So, one for you. One for you, Gareth.
We're
Everybody
rerolling
else-
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll. I will.
I'm re-rolling that as well. We're not having these single digits right now.
I'm gonna wild attack this just because I feel like Gareth
Better.
weighs so much on the catapult. So I'm gonna wild attack this. Natural 20. First roll.
Fantastic.
I was going
All
to
right.
say it took 2 rolls to get there, but natural 20.
Let's go.
Since
Oh.
you not 20s, what about you, Alvaro? How did you get?
I got a 16. I'm good. The
16?
first one was a 7.
Okay. What about Malele?
11, which is like completely mediocre but absolutely acceptable.
Yeah, fine in this game. We bare minimum.
Yeah.
With that. Lawrence, what about you?
14.
14. With that, for some of the party members, it's like, wait a second, you're like, you get stuck for a moment and you see your moment slowly passing through, but you and Gareth manage to get the farthest up as you manage to jump off. You have to still kind of climb, but you're closer than most people.
I'm sorry. I just imagine them linking arms midair and just like.
Probably.
synchronized jumping.
They're here nice now.
I would like to see
Pretty
a
nice
scenario
now.
where like as Rao like shoots past me, I like give him like the blunt edge of my sword and he like hangs on and I kind of like whip him up even higher.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Wait, so that's like that Final Fantasy movie, right? Where they're like all going up a lot, like they're
Yeah.
just like cloud up to the
Yep.
air. Oh, dude,
With it, you guys at the moment are the furthest up. Who had the next lowest was, I think, you, Lawrence? Or was it,
Alvaro.
what did you get? Oh,
I had
Alvaro?
16.
Alvaro? All right, 16. Alvaro, you get a little bit farther down as you climb on.
Ooh.
They're a little bit farther up, but you're just like, just on the tree where you made it. Very high up. And then after that, I believe it was Lawrence and then Malele, as you guys are kind of slightly different, but on the bottom, with I think the last person being Malele, if I'm not mistaken. So, with that, you guys are all on the tree at the moment. You are about at the midway point, varying degrees of how far up, with, again, Rao and Gareth closer to the top. With that, what do you guys want to do at this moment as you see the flames of the tree begin to get larger and larger?
Malele. Oh wait, is this for everybody or was there a specific person you were talking?
No, everybody. So,
Okay.
what are you doing, Malele?
Malele looks up in intimidation as the smallest member of this party, who has very little legs, and is at the very bottom, and it just looks intimidating. So I'm going to take out my magical grappling hook and have it just glide itself up so that I can use it to help me get up higher, or just like have a little extra
Yeah.
assistance. Because it's
So
a
with-
rough life out here.
Throw it up. What about everybody else?
Rao is in team cut down anybody who's going to stop everyone else from trying to get up faster. So he'll unsheath his sword. I will spend is it 1 AP? Yes, it is 1 AP for Fiery Avenger, where he will speak a word of power over his longsword and it wreaths in flame. And if there are enemy combatants in the way, Rao is just gonna look at Malele who's climbing and says, "I'll clear a path for you," and we'll start charging ahead.
Thanks, Rao.
Fantastic. What about everybody else? At the moment, Rao, no enemy combatants. They shouldn't. There's no people here because they're protecting the bottom at the moment. So currently,
Okay,
no one on the
fantastic.
tree. So you just in
Love to
case.
hear it.
but, yeah. What about my other lovely 3 party members here?
Lawrence is probably using his scythes, his little scythes to like help him climb up.
Fantastic. As you, even though Malele is already past you at this point.
Oh,
you
he
now
was fully
become-
gonna try to help her up, but he's like, nah,
Oh.
she's got it.
With that, just with that, Gareth and Alvaro, what are you two doing?
Gareth has a pretty bad fear of heights, so he's just doing everything in his power to not look down. Hopefully nothing makes him look down as he continues to keep looking up, shimmying up the tree.
Actually, what I'll do is Alvaro will try to catch up to Gareth, and we'll kind of awkwardly look at Gareth, like side to side, and then kind of be like, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry about your dad." Pat you on the back and cast with 1 AP relieve, which is you say something comforting or nearby creatures, alleviating them from anxiety, pain, or discomfort for 1 hour. And it cannot be affected by fear or confusion. So it's just like I'm not sorry about your dad.
I appreciate it, Alvaro. I really do.
And I'm sorry about before. I was scared, and this is my fault.
Let's just keep climbing. Yeah? We'll have time for apologies later.
Sure.
Fantastic. As you all begin to climb up, getting closer and closer, you begin to hear the thunderous sound in the cloud. You hear, oh, children, as you hear Alazar. Where are you going? You really should have not done that. How about you watch your way down? As you see, he almost like comes out of nowhere quick and fast on the top of the tree, putting their claws along all of the bark, creating debris that is all falling towards you. D20 from everyone, please.
Oh my gosh, oh my
Father, please.
You already used 2. You already got 1 here, so
Okay.
none for those 2. So.
Is
17.
11.
17,
17.
17, 11,
16.
16,
16 as well.
16,
13.
13, all succeed. As you see, all of this stuff is dropping down towards you. You all have to dodge out the way as you see these pieces of tree bark begin to... As you see him just laughing. Oh, puny mortals, I can't wait to feast on your corpses. As you see, he begins to fly, circling around you at this point. You see, at the moment, he probably may attack directly next turn. In that moment, Milele, since you went, what are you doing in this instance?
Yep. Oh god, feast on our corpses! And I will... God, I don't know, just keep climbing. Okay, you know what? No, he's gonna attack us. So I'm gonna prepare to sneak attack. If I can do that. I don't know if that's a thing that you can do with this, but I can spend AP to make a quick attack on a foe who's distracted, and I think maybe would it count it with him being as distracted because he's like sitting there thinking about how he's gonna eat us? Yeah.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Do you have? Are you gonna wait till it gets in like maybe a melee, or do you have something you can just?
Yeah. No. I think I want to get. I want to wait till he's with the melee. So as he swoops by, I have.
So I'll wait. I'll wait for the sneak attack because it depends on who he attacks. So I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
to see who he attacks.
Okay.
But at that moment, we'll see if you can do that.
Cool.
Next
Thank you.
up after Milele was, if I'm not mistaken, Rao. Yes, Rao was next.
Sure. How fast? So this entity, like Alizar is flying around us, right?
Yes.
So I don't think I can get
Large
to...
surface area, so it's not
Large
hard-
surface area.
Large surface area, because it's not like he's a little tiny. He's a large, almost like, think of him almost like the size of like a blimp, or in the sense of like that kind of longish size to him. So it's not a matter of, there's enough places for you if you want to hit him. The problem is that
Fantastic.
he's a little bit, he's keeping distance at the moment. He's circling around.
Cool. Rao will close that distance because he has a wave if he needs to. And with his fiery sword, try and attack Alizar. Let's see. 19.
19. How
Nice.
many points is
Points?
he losing here?
So if I remember correctly, longsword just does 2 points, and there's an additional 1 more, so 3 in total.
Right. With that, you kind of use your equipment as it's kind of like rope. You kind of use it to sort of like almost Uncharted jump off just enough, so as you kind of slice him right across what looks like to be maybe the wingspan, as you see, he kind of almost stops flying for a second before he adjusts its speed. Oh, little Gear Knight, I killed Sophia. I can't wait to kill you.
Not a chance.
Please. After you, if I was not mistaken, is Lawrence? Or was it? Yeah, I think it was Lawrence was next. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, I'm gonna use scintillate.
Fantastic.
Scintillate.
Ooh.
Launch a streaking bolt of sparks to harm an enemy. So yeah. Gonna try to hit.
Shout out to bad boy.
Because he's a meanie. That's a nat 20.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
I mean, it's 2 hit points, but still.
With that, You shoot him right in that same spot. As you guys at this moment looks like it's like maybe on a strategy you guys didn't really think of. As you see the bolt hits in the same wing, hitting that left one. As you see it becomes slightly weaker as it's still flying, but almost like if an engine was smoking on fire kind of deal. As you see it's kind of using at the moment, so he's losing his flight advantage. So if you keep attacking it, he may have to start to climb to attack, which may get him in distance. But at the moment, he still has that flight. As he's kind of, oh, and then there's you, boy wonder. How is it to be second fiddle to, well, let's just say, not deceased yet, Guardian? Flies around. With that, next I believe is Alvaro.
No, it's Gareth.
Oh, Gareth. Okay, Gareth then Alvaro.
As Rao comes back to his spot in position, I'm gonna yell at him, "Hey, tag me in!" As I go ahead and gesture for his sword as well. As he throws it to me, I'm gonna create sort of like an ice bridge, kind of like Frozen from The Incredibles, using the condensation in the air, and make my way towards Alazar. As my eyes begin to glow, as I use Limit Break. So I mark an enemy, beginning a relentless assault on them, and I kind of like to picture that it's one ice sword in one hand and then like a magma sword in the other, as I kind of have this cascade of ice and fire as I make my way towards Alazar. So I automatically make 3 successful basic attacks on them, and then I continue making basic attacks until I roll lower than a success.
Okay, repeat that one more time because I was just writing something down, right?
So I continue making basic attacks until I pretty much fail. Until
As you ice forming through, you charging up, getting on its back as you just kind of prepare to just
until I roll lower than a success, or lower than an 11, I believe.
Yes.
16?
That hits. Keep rolling until there. So
19?
Okay.
10.
Oh,
That's where we stopped that there. So you get
Okay.
2 shots in here, and then you get a tough choice. So how much damage are we doing to this bad boy in total?
So the
At
total
the
of five basic attacks.
Fantastic. With that, as you see, just stabbing into his back, ice cold, hot ice. As you just, at the moment, you can keep attacking him and get another shot in, but he most likely will slam you into the tree, which will give you some damage. And the other thing is, you would be far away from your rope, which means you will be gravity's friend at that moment, in the sense of you'll have to try to get back with everybody. But at the moment, that is one option. So you get another shot in, or you can just jump back to where your rope is, so you can position yourself and continue climbing up.
I would say with the limit break, he's so overconsumed with power that he's not really thinking with all of his intellect right now, as he is screaming through himself, "This is for my friends! This is for my father! This is for more!" As I continue to attack.
I say you get another shot in, so you have to roll, because
Okay.
this you get it in, so you get another. If you love Mars so much, why don't you go join all the dead people? As you see, he immediately body slams you into what looks like to be the bark of the tree. You get almost splinters across your hand. You take 3 points of damage as he slams you
Great.
across it, as you begin to slightly fall from it.
Did you need
I
that
wanna
roll?
Use my turn.
You didn't need the roll for the damage unless you're doing something else.
Oh, okay. No. Never mind.
Okay, so you got the damage off on him already.
Mhm.
What were you doing, Alvaro?
I'm using my turn to
Okay.
jump down and catch Gareth. To like
Ooh.
loose the rope and try to jump and grab Gareth while they're falling.
Please roll a d20 for me, please.
That's a 13.
13. You are able to grab him, even though he is hurt, as you see the splinters inside his, just almost rattled across his arm.
As I grab him, I'm gonna cast Mend, immediately restoring 5 HP
All right. With
and
that,
mending minor wounds.
grab, heal, as you see
Yeah.
At the
Just screaming
moment,
out.
oh, continue.
I was like screaming out, Gareth! Grab you by the stomach and then like slam back into it.
With that, as you all go, it goes back to Alazar, who is wounded in that state. As you see him grab on top of Purchase and is currently now using their claws as their climbers for the tree. As they kind of go towards you, you will all die in fire. You see, almost using from their beak, flames. I need you all to roll another d20 for me, please. Melele, you also can do your sneak attack after this, as he is in range.
I'm using my reroll.
Mm-hmm.
12.
11.
3.
Oh,
7. I'm gonna save my reroll for the Emperor Queen. So,
18 for my fire thing. Then a 19
Okay.
for a quick attack. Or
With that, you manage to stab him in the foot as he flamethrower kind of goes off to the side, missing Lawrence and Gareth, but you see it still hits Rao and Alvaro as you two take 2 points of fire damage. Kind of goes across, cindering some of your clothes, but not too much that you don't get burned to a cinder. It could have been much worse.
and with that, I'm gonna echo Gareth and say, and this one's for just being an asshole.
Stupid boatsman. With that,
That's it.
back to your turn, because you were kind of holding that, so now you get
Yeah.
back to you, Lily.
Yeah, as I stab it, I just have my knives. I'm just gonna keep trying to do that. I'm gonna.
Please do.
No, that's a natural one.
No!
You see, go, pathetic. As you just like, it's armored, so it's kind of just like, you see, pathetic, almost like backhands you as you take 1 point of damage, as he kind of just backhands you, still on your rope, go on the side, kind of climbing up. With that there, next up is you, Rao.
As Gareth is hanging, Rao will swing over to grab his sword again, because he needs that real quick. So he'll swing over, grabs the sword, and he goes, "Hey, ugly, over here!" And he will throw another slash in there. Stop fucking with me.
Oh.
Stop it. Okay, that's better. That's a 13.
13. With that, this fight, which was almost in a sense of camera, was kind of panned almost horizontal
Yeah.
against the tree. Now it kind of shifts down, so it's kind of out a landscape. As you guys are kind of climbing, fighting through, you manage to get a shot on him as he's just trying to fight off Malele. You come from behind, hit it in sort of a soft spot. Stupid. With that, after your turn is now Lawrence's. You see, not looking great. If he takes maybe 2 more hits, he might go down in this instance. He still looks like he's still pretty good and beefed up, but he's taking so much damage, and now that he's kind of distracted between 2 people trying to climb and fight at the same time, he's getting a little bit overwhelmed. So what are we doing in this instance, Lawrence?
Yeah, I think we'll do scintillate again. Another bolt of crackling energy in his direction.
Fantastic.
Okay, that's a 13.
13. Fantastic. You managed to. You see, it is now in a stance, almost in a sense of like, if in video game terms, the circle button is ready there. As you see, kind of get position, protecting himself. Gareth, it is your turn now. It looks like one more shot is needed to take this guy down. So what are you doing in this instance?
Yeah, I am going to go ahead and grab my great sword and I would like to go ahead and use Wild Attack as I rebound off the tree, off the base of the tree, as I go ahead and yell at him. I never break my promises. I did it once. I'll do it again! As I go ahead and go in for that killing blow. Natural 20. As I deal quadruple damage. I deal quadruple damage with that wild attack. As I come in.
Go.
Let's fucking go.
How do
Get
you end
out.
this pain in your thorax, this almost taunting vestige in your history? How do you wipe him from the books of history?
Just to confirm, he is in bird form, right?
Yes.
As I bullet through, I'm going to go ahead and enter through and out through the bird's chest. And as I come out, I'm gonna go ahead and grab onto the tuft of his fur, as if like I'm on it like a bull, and I'm going to go ahead and steer it into the base of the tree as it's dying, crashing it into the tree.
With that, he goes. You see everybody at the bottom goes, "Take cover!" As the body, as Alazar is no more. With that, you all can proceed up with no problems or hesitations, as there's nothing else in your way. With that,
I think Alvaro's like, "Let's go, Gareth!" and just like hyping Gareth.
all right.
Yeah, I think Rao is like parts of his hair are like the tips of his hair are burnt and singed from the fire attack before. Like walks up to Gareth, his sword still burning, and like just taps you your forearm and is like, "Way to go, partner. One down, one more to go."
Let's do it together as we go ahead and just scale the tree some more.
Scaling the tree more, you begin to hear Ree kind of come around circling. You see they go, "Where's Alazar?"
Don't you have a bird's eye view?
But
As jokingly it is, you do notice there is a kind of somber look to it. As much as you hated this individual, he was his brother. But in the moment, kind of glances over that. "Fine, get to the top. I can't reach it. Oh, and you forgot
Okay.
this." As he kind of throws off to the side, gives you the Symphony of Scylos that you almost left behind. "You're gonna need it." You see him dive down and immediately helps out as you see a group of men of like, "Is that a giant owl?" and just wipes them clean. With that, you all get to the top of the tree. It's that same place you were before, as it was the lobby area where you met the Signoria. But you see all the figures and statues of the paragons and heroes all burn. Specifically you, Lawrence, see your vestige of your parents is completely gone, as they have burned and still burning, with no facial recognition available anymore, as they are now pyres to the queen. The door lays before you, one broken down as if something crashed its way through. Once you enter through those doors, there is no turning back. Is there any last minute things we wish to do before we enter into the domain of the queen?
If anybody's hurt, I'm gonna heal them up. I use mend because it only costs 1 AP to get everyone up to full.
I'm okay. I only lost 2 hit points, so don't need to waste additional AP on me. I think, just in case you need it later.
How much AP do we have again?
I've got 10 each. I had 10 HP.
10's
earlier,
max,
So like,
so
yeah,
10's
so
max.
I have 8 now. So I'll be okay, I think.
Yeah, I used 8, so I think I'm 2.
Yeah.
So I'm done as well.
I think in this moment before we like enter into the Ember Queen's domain, like Rao kind of like stops and like looks back at everyone and goes, "Hey, I'm about to do a pretty frightening thing, right?"
Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably something really stupid, and we shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and use Valiant Soliloquy. So whatever he says next is gonna give a reroll for the next scene, for the next roll, and the next roll only.
Mhm.
You know, I've always had dreams like this.
Like this?
Well, no,
Specifically this?
not like this, Rao.
How many giant birds were in their dreams?
This tree branch falls down on fire.
Whatever happens next, you guys, I hope they write songs about us. I hope we're played in every tavern across the world. I hope they take out the part where I'm a milkman. I hope whatever we do is the right thing.
It has to be. Doing it together, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here with all of you guys.
I'm sorry, and I want to say, I think you guys all make me want to hope.
Sorry to Alvaro. You were faced with a hard choice. We should have been there for you.
And I for you all.
I think the entire time Lawrence's eyes are like darting to Malele and like away and away to Malele and away, and then finally goes, "You're just gonna sit here all day? Come on, let's go."
Wait, Lawrence! I'm gonna grab Lawrence's hand, I'm gonna pull Lawrence towards me, and I'm gonna give a big old kiss on the face.
Let's go!
Yes,
Just in case you don't ever get a chance!
Yeah.
Lawrence, you dog!
Does not know how to words right now. Lawrence just can't even speak. He's just like, nope, that's not what you do.
Poggers. Just walk.
Poggers. Pulls out his sights.
Achievement unblocked.
He's just like, another one of those after this. And just leaves.
Lawrence, you dog.
Shut up, Garrett.
I look over at everybody else and I'm like,
Yeah, like Rao is like
Running back. Lawrence
With
just
that.
looks at the ground. He's like,
You all enter into the chamber of the Signoria. And it is a different vistage than what you remember last time. As you go through, you see the top of it is burning, and that constant fire. You see, it is almost like a fiery arena, as you see the seats in which you sat in before now encircle, alive. And you see behind it, almost into the tree itself, a throne has been formed from the bark. It almost on that red, fire-ish tone color mixed with the wood of a grayish throne, and sitting upon it, arms clasped, hand to their side, almost looking in amusement, the possessed body of Eland, who is now wearing what looks like to be some sort of foresty gray ash armor that's sort of almost loose-ish in nature and druidic. And you see their eyes glow, that sort of burning crimson red. And you also see in the thick top, almost peak portion of the tree, the crown slowly rotating, aflame. You see they kind of clap ever so slightly. I am amazed to have come this far. And as you walk in closer, you begin to see into the pit of where the speaker is. The bodies of everyone from Mar is in here. All of their energy being diverted into that echelon of fire that is going into the crown. As you see Eloise, Beretta, the twins, and even that pain in the ass, Jeremiah. As you can see, I have brought your village. Here, we do not want to part you from your family. Pray tell, I have a question. If you will be so kind to answer. In all of the battles that you've heard of the wrath that I have wrought, why have you come here to die? Your parents could not stop me. What makes you, as you see they get from their chair standing up, any so different? Your silence is unbecoming.
Rao, blade, gripped tightly in his hand as he remembers his cousin and every tale that he has heard about the Ember Queen. It's true, they can. And he looks up at the Ember Queen. He's like, "You're right. You're right. Your wrath is known. Your scars are felt. And even the greatest of our warriors couldn't stop you. But they play by the rules. And I don't know if you realize this, but we don't do what we're told very well. So if you're gonna want us to die, you're gonna have to try harder than that."
As you see it, a sickly laugh. If we're not playing by rules, then allow me to change them. As you see, they, almost sickly in nature, move their hand, and you begin to hear a sound of.
Fuck you, dog. No.
As you see the statues of the people of Mar begin to turn.
No.
Eyes glowing on fire, their jaws. Just to let you know, they can be cured, but if you cut off a body part that is essential, let's just say bye-bye. Now, if you be so kind, kiddos, I have business to attend to, so villagers of Ma. As you see, they all begin to almost animal-like in nature. Take care of our guest. As you see, they all begin to all move, form, and begin to sprint towards you all. What are you doing in this instance?
Rao is gonna look at Lawrence and say, "The symphony, remember? Alright, gang. Time to play keep away for Lawrence, yeah? Just like old times."
I'll buy some time as I go ahead and I charge forward and use my fighter ability charge as I try to barrel down as many of them in a non-lethal fashion with the blunt edge of my great sword, kind of like holding it as like a
Fantastic.
pushing device.
Roll for me.
Ooh, that's an 8.
An 8. As you kind of charge up, very determined in what you're about to do, you have a tough choice here. You can put yourself right at the edge of this action. I'm talking no one will get in your way. And you can provide cover for Lawrence for a good amount. But you will be in the pit of this, where everything is surrounding you, and they're going to take a lot of pot shots at you. So, I mean, you're going to get, fight back energy here. Or you can get Lawrence a little bit halfway, not full. And with that, give yourself a little bit of cover, but you don't get to push as far. So, if to sum it up, either you go in full and provide as much for Lawrence to get to where they need to go, or you kind of, phalanx a little bit and kind of go as a group rather than off on your own.
I'm gonna go ahead and no, we're going full on gear night. We're gonna commit. We're gonna try to just be sacrificial here and just kind of go all in here.
Rewriting the rules. We're not gonna have commit to the bit in the laws anymore.
Yeah.
In the law.
I'm gonna tank. Yeah.
All right. With that, you jump in and you immediately jump on Jeremiah, in which you are currently kind of like holding it off as you see they're trying to, but you can see coming behind you, probably after everyone's turn's done, your mother Beretta, long hair stone, is going to charge at you when they get the opportunity. With that, who wants to be next?
I have a very quick action if you need. But Milady, did you want to do something really quick, just in case it changes mind? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I can try to like do a thing. I was gonna
Yeah, go
ask
ahead.
if I could do improvise a tripwire, so I have my bricolage ability. So to use one action point. So I'll take that the grappling hook that I had, and like throw it to one side of the tree, and then like run around in like a semicircle and try to like trip up some of these people of stone that are coming towards us.
Yeah, please do roll 20 for
Okay.
me there.
It's a 2. Ugh.
Fantastic. With that, as you kind of try to do this, you immediately are jumped by the mayor of Mar. As you see, they are still smallest in nature as they grab you by your leg and begin to try to gnaw at it. No damage yet because they're sort of hitting on sort of armor, but at the moment they're trying to bite your leg. Which leaves you vulnerable in this stance. So in that there, what was your number again? Just to make sure. Just to make sure it was a
2.
tough choice. 2. Okay, so it was a fail. Okay. With that, Rao, what did you want to do?
Rao is going to set a perimeter around Lawrence. He like sheathes his sword, and with both of his hands, I'd like to think when Sophia passed, he took a fragment of his staff. And with using that fragment, he carves into the air a sigil of power that mimics Sophia's staff and pulls it down. I would like to cast Sigil, which will cost me 2 AP. That I draw a magic symbol that affects creatures a certain way. I'm picking Repel. Creatures who come nearby won't move any closer to the sigil or may turn back. So I'm just setting a boundary there, and it's in the form of Sophia's staff, and he's just holding it down as a magical sigil in his hand.
With that, don't have to roll because you're not particularly attacking anybody. As you just providing as much as you can. As you see, they try to. You see the twins at the moment are trying to get into it. As you see, they're almost like trying to take turns, trying to break it in, but they're just banging against it at the moment. With that, we only have Alvaro and Lawrence next. Who wants to go next?
Lawrence, do you have any what you're gonna do?
I have an idea, but I'm trying to think of how to sort of play it. I think so there would be like pieces of this area, like maybe like boulder-sized pieces that you could like hide behind, right?
Yeah, there's sort of like think of it like there's like 4 statues that kind of look down because it's like a senator place, so they had statues looking down. So it's like, hey, they're speaking and show respect. So there are like 4, almost like a clock. There's one at 0, 15, 30, 45. So there's around. It's so you can hide against the boulder if you want at a certain point when you get to that sort of 1/4 point there.
In that case, I'm actually going to have Lawrence kind of upon seeing that like Lily got caught and so she's going to hide behind one of those and kind of like keep an eye on things to see maybe like a good inn.
All right, fantastic. And that leaves you, Alvaro.
Because I have a general idea. So I just want to ask this for clarification. The crown is like floating up top, and we have to get rid of the crown, right?
Yes.
Would the Ember Queen lose her power or instantly? if the
Think of
crown
it
is
kind of like a One Ring situation. The queen is attached to the crown, so if the crown goes bye-bye, so does the queen. And you also have
Okay.
the symphony as well that it heals, but you don't know what that would do. So, I mean, you have 2 options here.
Okay. Because I have an idea of what to do. And I need to get to the crown. So I think Alvaro is going to kind of run through to get to the crown using kind of like behind Gareth. And giving Gareth another, because Gareth still has relief, so they should be feeling pretty good. I'm going to cast Mend. If Gareth takes any damage while they're charging in, I'm going to be right behind them casting Mend. So any damage they take, they should like maybe have like 5 temp HP, I guess, before it gets to their actual one. But as soon as Gareth gets anywhere close to the crown, I'm going to dive towards it because I have an idea.
With that, you're just running towards it, so you're not doing anything. You're just running towards the crown, besides just doing the healing buff and whatnot.
Yes.
Roll a d20 real quick for me. As you see, the people of Mar are kind of like getting on that sort of. They have to climb through the various podiums, so they're kind of like climbing up.
13.
13. With that, you manage to successfully dodge out the way. As you can see, Eloise at the moment almost jumps, almost crashes on you as you see the hammer fist down, but you manage to sort of just run out the way before they get you. With that there, we see that the Ember Queen, very amused and whatnot, goes, "These are good enough games, but let's take it a little harder." As you start to see what looks like to be roots from the tree all begin to make their way towards all of you. Can you please, for my lovely, you know what? No, I'll do it. No, everybody roll d20 for me. It'll be a little bit easier. To see if you don't get entrapped by this root.
That's an 11. Whew.
Going up slowly, a 14.
14.
Uh-oh.
What about I see everybody else? I
Really?
believe. How many rerolls do we have left? I know. I think
have a
Danny
reroll
used to have
still.
1.
Oh, we
I
both had
think-
we all had 2.
Somebody else, yeah,
Yes.
you had 2. So somebody else.
Oh.
So you have another one.
I'm gonna use it then right now if that's okay. 12.
So I got a 12. Lawrence, what did you get? 11, you said?
11.
11. All right. What about you, Alvaro?
18.
18. Rao?
I rolled a 14.
14. And then get.
I got a 6.
Fantastic. With that, as you all managed to just barely or do manage to dodge this, you, Gav, since you kind of went head in first, you see one of these things kind of almost like coming in between the stone, wrap itself around you as you lose your grip and you see your mother charge at you and immediately going to attack. hit as you take 2 points of damage as they immediately hit you with their stone fist across your sort of jaw as you kind of are trapped on the floor as you all see Gareth is about to get jumped soon after this. But you see his mom gets a good hit on him as you see the blood goes off the side. With that
Remember, you
there,
got that temp HP.
get that temp AP. You do have that temp. So with that there, Gareth, you're up.
Ah man. So pretty much I'm immobilized right now.
You're kind of like you're trapped, so it's in a sense of, and not in a sense of, this ain't D&D, so it's not like those kind of
Right.
combat rules, but you're kind of entrapped at the moment. So what do you want to do in general? You don't have to worry about being trapped at the moment.
I am going to. These people, the people of Mar, they're not really hearing language right now, so I can't do anything with that. So
They're only communicating in just various.
Yeah. Not wanting to hurt my mom, even though her aggression is towards me, I'm going to just kind of play keep away and just kind of find, like, I'm going to weave through the roots, trying to avoid as much damage as possible, and just kind of like lure her through, kind of keep her safe.
Fantastic. So with that, you play keep away as you just, as you sort of roll real quick for me, just so I see how good you do with that.
Natural 20.
Fantastic. You play the perfect game of keep away. As you sort of dodging out the way, hitting, blocking, as you kind of get more of a control of the situation. With that, next up is Malele. If you need a moment, I can skip over to
No,
someone
we're
else.
good. Getting up off of I believe somebody trying to bite my leg.
Yes, Mayor, as you see, just small little fella.
I'm just gonna try to kick him away.
Alright, roll 20 for me, please.
Okay. 15?
15.
13, I'm sorry. 13.
Still success. You kick the mayor off as you just hear, as you see falls down. And the moment, where are you positioning yourself in this moment? As you kind of got the mayor off of you and can position yourself right before we move to somebody else.
I think I'll just stand up and back up a bit, look around to see how everyone else is doing, and then like pull my grappling hook back into my hands.
Fantastic. Get your stuff back on, kind of dodging it the way. You start to notice more people that you've, talked with, sold goods to. Fire Eye, Stone Skin begin to almost like trying to encircle you, as one is sort of like climbing on sort of the steps, another one is on the side, one is just tossing these whole almost like podiums off to the side. With that there, next up is going to be Ral.
Lawrence is still within my sigil protection at the moment, but we are being corralled here. So Rao kind of like, as he's still holding Sophia's sigil staff in his hand, like peers his head out of the sigil and is going to use I'll use Rebuke. I'll spend an AP. I will issue a word of power against the attackers. I believe it's the twins that are clawing at me.
Yes, the twins are currently trying to.
Yeah, and he just leans out, takes a deep breath in and says, "Back off," and pushes them back with the force of his word to knock them backward.
For this instance, please roll a 20 as you're sort of attacking at this point now.
Okay, that is an 18. That was a very trepidatious roll. It was on a 5 and then roll back to 18.
With that, you almost open it, and with that, the twins both arms together try to go in, and you just, as you see them get pushed back into the center as you kind of free yourself up here. In terms of positioning, are you going to stay where you are, or are you going to sort of move somewhere
I'm holding
else?
the line. Yeah, I'm the last line of defense. I'm holding the line for Lawrence.
Fantastic. Next up here is going to be Lawrence. What are you doing in this instance?
Lawrence is going to sort of like get more behind the pillar statue and sort of like wait for an opening to sort of get close enough, because I don't think he knows how close he needs to get to use this, but I imagine he needs to be closer. Just so he does, also just make sure he doesn't get hit, because she's probably gonna attack. Anyway, so he's just kind of still waiting for like a good place. Probably got like his little hood up, just to crouch behind him.
Fantastic. Roll for me, please. See if we keep that stealth up here.
That is a 3, but I do have a reroll.
Alright, you have a 3.
I'm gonna use it.
You have a 3.
That's an 18. Okay.
An 18.
Woo!
But whoever... Say thank you to the person who gave you rerolls,
Thank you
everyone. Say
so
thank
much.
you. They're saving your lives.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. With that, you kind of begin to still hide. You do notice that creatures are coming up to you as they're kind of, they're not as many. You see there's particularly one that seems to be Eloise that currently was around attacking Alvaro, but now being directed by the queen, almost like an amusement, to just move to the side towards you as you... With that, next up is Alvaro. What are you doing in this instance? As you see Eloise moves away, but you see the rest, what looks like to be particularly maybe Jeremiah, kind of almost hulking in nature, kind of throwing stuff towards your direction. Not particularly hitting you, but looks like getting ready to charge.
I'm still running towards the crown. I'm trying to get to the crown, so running towards it.
Fantastic. You running towards it, please roll me another 20.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Ooh, Danny boy. It's almost like the sense if you see Jeremiah and you just get almost like PTSD, you're just like, oh, he's gonna kick my ass, and just immediately just sprint.
Not bullying me today.
Not today. And just almost Olympic sprint as you kind of make your way towards the almost region and are beginning to now climb towards the crown. Jeremiah's still on your ass though, as you see, and begins to trying to come towards you. With that, the Ember Queen is getting a little impatient now. I don't know why you resist, but you should just all die. It is so much simpler, so much easier. It is what you do best, dying. Fertilize the ground for us to reclaim. As they sort of begin to get up their seat and the fire gets a little bit hotter in here. Can everybody make another 20 for me here? As you see, the heat is getting almost like an oven.
10.
10.
Got a 2.
5.
9.
11.
Just Alvaro.
So who got between 6 and 10 for me? Because I gotta give tough choices to you people.
Oh, not me.
Fantastic. Okay. With
I just
that,
failed.
Milele, you see this place is turning into an oven. And the robes that you have on are catching on fire. You got two options here. Either you completely, just get rid of any armor that's on your body, which means that you don't have to worry about this heat and you don't take any damage. But if you do get hit, you're going to get hit for more because you don't have any armor on you. Or you keep the armor on you and you take the damage for the moment. But the thing is, you can take it again maybe next turn if this heat continues. So that's my option to you here. What do you want to do?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna take the second option. We're gonna grit our teeth and hold on and hope.
Fantastic. At the moment, you're taking 1 point, but the next turn, it's going to go to 2.
Yeah.
After that, it's going to go to 4. So it's going to
Okay.
double up. So at the moment, it's only 1. Rao. In this instance here, you push the twins away, but you do see that them now identifying you as a threat, they're going to almost zombie-like crawl and try to entomb you here. So either you try to keep this up as long as you can, with the possibility that they might break through still, or you just reposition yourself. You can get away and don't have to worry about them getting a hit on you. So it's almost in the sense of either you stay here with the consequences or you go and try to reposition yourself. Maybe try to find another place for cover.
I'm holding the line. I'll commit to the bit. I'll take the damage. Take the consequences.
Fantastic. With that, we go top back to Gareth.
Do me and Lawrence get anything from the?
Forgot about the. Yes. For you, Gareth, you see Mother on your ass. In the sense of you see they come again, kick you in the leg this time as you take another 2 points, as they could have hit you from this, as the heat kind of dazes you for a bit for them to get another shot in. Lawrence, you all notice something weird as the fire goes directly over Lawrence's body. It looks like they almost get encased in flames, but the thing is, as it kind of dies down, they're fine. The Ember Queen kind of looks, wait a minute. Lawrence, where are you actually in this instant?
So I don't think he made it all the way behind the Ember Queen, but that was his goal. So he's probably hopefully maybe in her blind spot, and kind of upon seeing that the illusion is getting attacked, he might try to quickly come up like through that blind spot.
Fantastic. So you do get a shot at them, but you can see that somehow Lawrence cast illusionary magic of some sort, and where they were behind the stone wasn't actually them. They've been trying to sneak ever so slowly around the queen as they go, oh, magic. I must applaud a fellow magician. Gareth, you're up.
Oh man. Ugh. I mean, my mom's still trying to chase after me, right?
Yes.
I am. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and whoever's in earshot, I'm gonna go ahead and use up another AP down to 1 AP left, and use Summon the Blood as I sort of I don't know what. Never mind. No, redacted. I'm not saying a poem in the middle of a final fight.
As you can see, you all are stupid.
It's a limerick.
What are my options here, Chris? I'm kind of stumped. Like,
What are you trying to achieve in this moment? Are you still just trying to hold them all off, or are you trying to change it up now? Because if you're trying to hold them all off, the simple way is there's 4 pillars around here. You can maybe try to knock one of these bad boys down to sort of like, you don't know whether or not someone's going to get hurt or die, but it could be enough to be like, they kind of scatter and have to reposition themselves.
right.
You do know at the moment Alvaro is climbing, so he's the closest to the crown. You also see Lawrence is almost going to attack the Ember Queen. Milele seems to kind of be in their own position, and Rao is kind of helping you with defense.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock down a pillar then with Wild Attack.
All right. Roll
To
for
try
me, please.
to sort of divide the arena in half, just to kind of make things easier for spacing.
Fantastic.
14. So yeah.
14. With that, you just almost with a good strong hit, especially it being hot. You see, it was almost like getting melted. You see, it begins to. You see them begin to almost part, providing almost like for specifically any of them that were going towards Alvaro, kind of stop for the moment as they go right back to you, with leaving only Alvaro with Jeremiah that's on their butt at the moment. But provide that cover for them. With that there, Milele, you're up. at the moment? What are you doing?
Oh gosh. I shook off that one guy and stood up. The mayor. I pulled the grappling hook into me. I want to throw it around and use it like a sort of I don't know what they're called, but it's like a whip, and it's
Yeah.
gonna swing around and it's gonna try to hit people.
Fantastic. A mace kind of deal?
A flail?
Yeah,
A flail?
flail. Yeah, flail.
Sort of.
Yeah,
It's
flail.
or like a. It's like those. What are they called? But it's like a rope with something on the end.
A ball and
Yeah,
mace?
Not a
it's
rope.
like-
It don't matter. It's a weapon.
I don't remember.
It's a weapon, and it's
but
being
yeah.
used for violet beams.
It is. I'm just like swinging around, as like over my head as I try to like bend down and like whip it at people.
All right, fantastic. Please roll for me.
Cool.
She just ah
7.
7.
No.
Not having a good
Listen,
time
I
right
rolled
now.
really well at the beginning of the session, so it's just coming
It's
back.
funny.
Fine.
Beginning of the series, all right, a-okay. When it
Yeah,
counts,
so
getting a little
Not
rough.
good. Not good. It's fine.
With
It was a
that,
terrible description, anyways.
you get a tough choice here again. You can
Oh.
again provide distraction. At that moment, you can divert all the attention away from both Lawrence and Alvaro for sure. If you dive in, but you're diving in, and there's a lot of people here, or you can be like, nah, never mind, and kind of maybe retreat to maybe in a more advantageous position where you can maybe help one of them a little bit more specifically. So either you dive in, providing like an advantage for both of them, or you kind of save yourself, but still are able to help somebody else in that time.
I'm going to take the first option, be a distraction to both for both of them.
All right. With that, you go in, making sure you don't hurt anyone, as these are still technically alive, but you manage to. With that, the twins come in. You see one of them immediately bites you on your arm. The other one punches you as you take 2 points of damage. As you see, they manage to sideswipe you in that sort of distraction, but you still manage to push them off, whip them inside the head, and begin to.
Yes, and now do I take damage from the armor also?
No, that's towards the end.
Okay, towards the end. Okay, cool.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna show everyone the picture I took of your face. Referring to the face rubbing I took. Okay,
With
that's it.
that, Rao, you're up.
Just to double check in case I didn't actually did I take damage in the earlier action by the Ember Queen in the tough choice roll? Just to double check.
You decide to stick your ground to no. It's just
Yeah,
a sense of
okay.
like they're just almost a sense of they're like piling on you at the moment, like they're like anthilly kind of just like swarm.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think Rao is like, okay, we're gonna need to change strats. I'm gonna have to play a bit more actively right now. And what he does is, peering out of the sigil, he's going to mimic Ree as he remembers the inhales and exhales of Ree, that thunderous bellow, that static in the air. And he, with all of the individuals that are kind of clawing towards him, towards Lawrence, and I think he will notice what Alvaro is doing now, so he's going to try and take a wide berth. I'll spend 2 AP to use Thunderous Word. I speak a word of power that releases a thunderous shockwave. The wave knocks up to 3 creatures back, where it hits them for 2 damage. I would like this to not be lethal or take out a limb if possible,
Yeah.
because this is meant to daze them until the next turn. I will spend 2 AP on that. And you see he just like leans forward and creates a sonic boom with his voice, similar to Ree when we first met.
For this instance, I don't think you have to roll because you're dazing them, so it's not you. It's kind of like a surface area kind of thing, and it's only a small room, so it's not like there's much aiming to this. As you sort of boom, you see the ones that are sort of crawling around you, begin to fall off. As you all in this moment, including Jeremiah, who kind of was climbing, stops and kind of falls back on the ground where they have to start all over again. As you all now have a moment of reprieve for that there, so you don't have to worry about anyone until the next round, thanks to Rao's actions. With that, Lawrence, you are up. As you see, they're all there, including a little bit of the Ember Queen as well, as they kind of dazed a bit.
I think that Lawrence is going to take that chance to start the symphony.
Woo!
So he is going to, as he saw, oh my gosh, I'm so bad at names today. Arthas do. He's going to like kind of look down and say, "Help me, Eloise," and draw out the conductor wand and start to play.
Fantastic. Roll a d20 for me, please.
Let's see if that actually works. That's a 16.
16. We'll get to you in a hot second, as I do want to hear one last thing before I do that. Alvaro, you are in distance as you make it towards the crown, as you don't have to worry about Jeremiah, even though they're coming towards you, but they had to start all over again. You are almost face to face, burning heat. You see the crown within your grasp. What are you doing in this instance?
So, again, I want to make sure of this. If the crown disappears, the Ember Queen is weakened, correct?
The queen is already, in a sense of it, Lord of the Rings style here. If the crown gets destroyed, the queen dies. They're kind of connected, the two of them.
What if I banish the queen? Or banish the crown? Let me rephrase that.
Banish the crown. If you banish the crown, I think their spirit goes with it.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is Alvaro is going to grab the crown, put it close to their chest, and cast Banish on themselves and the crown to disappear and go to it's what the exact if I use 5 AP, you permanently banish a nearby spirit creature to a random shadow plane. And this can only be used if they have less than 20% of their total HP remaining. So I want to use it in junction with Lawrence using the symphony to weaken the Ember Queen, and as soon as they start doing that, cast Banish on myself to disappear. To just send Alvaro wipes himself from existence basically with the crown.
Is that how the spell? Because it said spirit creature. Does that include you, or does that mainly mean the boss?
That's hot.
Not the music.
Roller cool it.
Uh-huh.
So you're taking yourself in the crown.
Yes.
Bro,
and
please.
Fantastic.
And this is Alvaro's way of redemption of fixing their mistake.
Fantastic. In this moment, you see the music begin to play off, begins to surround the queen as it turns ever so blue. You see Eland is having a hard time. You see almost like if there are two spirits, Eland's face comes out one way, the queen comes out another. As you do, you all see Alvaro grasp this crown, which is burning in his hands, grasp it on the other end, with some sort of energy veins going towards it, almost bright light, and immediately you see this almost flashing blue light begin to you see as all these creatures are dazed, they immediately stop in place. Eland drops to the ground unconscious. But you also see that Alvaro is gone.
What just happened? Guys?
Alvaro?
Would I
Lawrence?
finish the song, or where am I in the song?
You're in the middle of the song at the moment.
Okay.
It's still playing.
Okay. So I
Which-
think.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna just real quick for my fun roll here. Roll a d20 for me, please.
That is a 6.
6. If you don't know what happens if you finish playing this song, you can stop as they're not here anymore. So I leave it up to Lawrence whether they finish this song or they stop. As you have won the day, and there is no need for this song to continue. For this symphony to finish, it is not needed.
Alvaro!
Oh, they really gone. I look up.
Did you
Yeah,
stop?
yeah, really
Yeah, actually
gone.
gone.
Did
Oh damn.
did you stop, or will you continue to play?
I think Lawrence, on just, I don't know if it's like principle or gut, but he really sees this symphony as Eloise's apology, and he wants it said. So he will, kind of like tears in his eyes, just continue.
As I do that, for reasons, I think we shift over to wherever currently Alvaro is. As Alvaro, can you please come back to us as something happens as this song begins to continue? Alvaro, you don't know where you are. It is almost in a sense if you found yourself in some sort of almost liminal, or sort of like that sort of bluish neon color, that fluorescent blue, as the trees, various owls go through the air, and as the crown is still bright red burning, you hear the song of the symphony begin to play. Going around the crown, slowly bringing it down. As the red spirit of the queen slowly transformed from the fiery red anger into a starry blue owl of prestige, majesty. As you see, they heal themselves back. Hello? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Alvaro.
Alvaro, yes. I know that name. Did you heal me?
Well, I guess I am a doctor, so, yeah.
One should always count on doctors. I was lost in the dark for so long. Fires of corruption. You see, they touch their heart. But the song healed that part of me. You helped me, Doctor.
No, not me. I had some amazing friends who, through trials and tribulations and through a very long journey, healed you. I used to call them a whole bunch of names, but it was a fighter, a leader, a magician, and a spy.
It sounds like a very interesting tale. But
You want to hear it?
I've heard enough tales for one lifetime, and this is a place for not tales, but for resting. While you are cursed to this place, I think it is only fit that I pay my doctor in kind. Would you accept this payment? you see they retract back. Blowing what looks like to be stardust in your face. You all on the outside see the tree slowly turn from the fire red into something of a beautiful blue as it begins to blossom with pink and greens, purples and oranges. As pollen begins to go from these magical flowers that bloom. You see the dark sky slowly shift into what looks like to be a full moon as it begins to snow. As it touches the stone skin of the people of Mar, you see it immediately retracts. And slowly, stone becomes skin once more. As all the people of Mar become cured of their affliction. The camera jumps to the surrounding city as you see the enemy gives up. From their dead leader, as you see the Deotises are surrounded by Aya and Mira. Alvaro, you feel this energy push you into what looks like to be water. As the rest of you see, forming from the tree, water form as it spits out a drenched, tired, slightly wounded Alvaro.
Where did you go?
Can I hands? Can I hands? Hands.
You can
Nice
have
hands.
Yeah.
I think in a similar fashion to before, we'll kind of like rush up to him, grab him by the shirt, and say, "Idiot! You idiot! Idiot!"
I come
And
over
then
as
just give him
well.
a big hug.
As he comes out of the hug, I also pick him up by the shirt, but I lift him up even higher. Warn us next time, okay? Put him down. You did good, kid.
Rouch.
You did good.
Rao chucks his longsword to the side because he's just in shock, and he just runs towards everybody and just big group hug, arm wrap around everyone. We're all in one piece. We're all in one piece. We're all together. We're in one piece.
Yeah, I want a beer so badly right now.
As you all are getting that, you hear behind you, Lawrence, your name get called out. Lawrence? Is that you? As you see Eloise, slightly teared from the skin, not slightly tear closed from the battle before, sort of look in astonishment. Why are we in the tree?
And I think he just pauses for a second, then like holds up the paper with the symphony on it.
You see they look in astonishment, neglect it, and give you and go for a very warm embrace. Gareth, you see Beretta currently. What? Did someone punch me in the face?
I might have, Mom.
Gareth, honey, why? Did you, did something happen with the lady in the shop? Did you, I,
A
you
lot
notice
happened.
something happens as well as you're sort of that. You see another portal open, almost of a blue flame, preparing yourself of like, oh god, no. And you see coming through, as Alvaro, they said all curses are broken. You see what looks like to be Arthas, but not of his cursed affliction. You see he is normal, he is mortal. As you see a little bit more of a familiar facial features, that would be like, yeah, this is my dad. As you see his skin is same as your black hair, looks at you and goes, Beretta? You see she goes, Arthas. Go for a kiss and embrace. Maybe a little too long for your eyes. It's a little weird.
Oh God. No. Stop.
Stop staring. They haven't seen each other in years. Why are you still staring? Stop it.
Okay, I'm moving away. It's good to see you back, Dad. We have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah?
Let's go home, please. With that, as most of our party members here find their familial loved ones, or know that their familial loved ones are just waiting on a boat ride away, I would like to know how Milele and Rao feel in this instance.
I think Rao, when he left that sigil behind that's in the staff, as everyone's embracing and having this incredible reunion, he turns around to see that staff and it just slowly dissipates into the air. And he just kind of like picks up the long sword, sheathes it, holds that bit of Sophia's staff in his hand on his bracer and just stares at it. And then walk over towards Milele, and if Milele like so allows, like just reaches over an arm and holds you closer on the shoulder.
Malele has been watching Gareth's parents with a smile, knowing that it's embarrassing until you don't see it. And as Rao comes over with a hug, I'll lean back into that hug and just give just the coziest, biggest hug back to Rao as we sit there, happy and safe with the people we love.
As you both embrace, knowing that they're somewhere above, watching down with a smile. The narrator comes back. Now you're probably wondering, that may be the end of the tale, but what the hell happened to them after all of the shenanigery? Well, let's get to it. And going in a proper order. What happens to Milele as we go into our epilogue here? Actually, you know what? Skip that, sorry. Lawrence, I want to do that in order. So, Lawrence, what happens to you in this instance as we enter the epilogue?
Is there like a certain amount of time after that this is all happening, or?
Just give it 2 years. As every Mars kind of slightly building back, they get wrecked by a giant bird, but 2 years have passed. And what has happened to Lawrence in that time? Where are they now?
I think Lawrence, as someone who used to be a terror to the town, was a instrumental part of building it back up and took a lot of responsibility in kind of like leading that charge. And would take maybe little lunch breaks with Milele. in between everything. And I think now that everything's sort of done, he's just sort of seeing where he can help. Because, buildings might be back, but everyone's kind of wounded in one way or another, kind of emotionally. So he kind of always checks in and sees how everyone's doing. And I think maybe like if this is a specific day, he would be like doing that, probably just checking in with his friends and seeing how they are, and just not as eager to leave, but also knowing that he always has a place to come back to.
Lovely. Alvaro, what is the story here for you?
I think Alvaro has like really come into their own as like the head of the librarian of Mar, and has taken some of the books from Highburn and all those art the books and just trying to integrate them to the library, and it's starting to make like a whole like gear night / grand library kind of thing, and is like, hey, anybody who needs research on magical artifacts, things like that. It's become kind of like, if they're building back the gear nights, then then Alvaro's like head librarian kind of thing of that kind of, for like research and all that. And it's kind of just really taking it slow and just really thinking about the experience that they had. And it's just like you said, always makes time for the rest of the quest crew kind of thing.
Lovely. Milele, where did your story go after the event?
Malele, after the destruction of a lot of Mar, a lot of people don't have houses. And she has started adapting everyone to the tiny houseboat lifestyle and is showing people how to, live on a tiny little boat and have everything they need. Like teaching people how you can wash your clothes easier if you hang things from this way or some such thing. And it has now helped basically create a little neighborhood of houseboats. And she still manages the same little business that she used to, trading secrets and antiquities. But one thing that she always makes sure to bring back is flowers that she takes to give to Lawrence every day when they have their lunch. And depending on what Rao does, she does send Rao and Gareth actual Year Night trinkets when she can find them.
Lovely. Gareth, what comes of your family and you?
Well, I try again with Seda, and we get a small little flat over in Eston. I would like to think that my parents decide to stay in Mar as they kind of get acclimated with each other once again. And after 2 years, I decided to join the military ranks there. As I move up quite quickly, as I mainly try to teach youngins the way of the sword, the great sword. But I come by whenever I can to Mar to visit. That's what I got.
And last but not least, Rao.
I think Rao spends the first few months helping this town of Mar get back on its feet, helps in rebuilding efforts, and helping out Malele with the small boat house initiative, getting everyone situated and comfortable. In the aftermath, as the first young gear knight to be knighted in since its disbandment, Rao will spend the next few years rebuilding the gear knights. No longer just a de facto protectors of the realm sort of thing, but an actual independent organization. Not unlike the Seekers of Truth that are meant to be that Seekers of Truth. Independent investigators help stem and prevent wrongdoings at the source. Anytime there's allegations of corruption, and there's going to be different bodies. There are bodies that do independent investigations. There's the more militaristic arm that is the scholarly arm that he probably works very closely with Alvaro to establish. And yeah, he creates a revitalized, brand new organization with the same theme, the same core, but is more active, more proactive, and is there to prevent problems rather than try to limit the damage, as it were, which was the legacy of the previous Gear Knights. And I think he rebuilds Highburn, trying to reclaim all of that, maybe even get the bandits in on the organization as well, and saying you don't need to be part of our crew, but you could be on our payroll and help us maintain this outer area. You can just have this and let this be your grounds and have that legitimacy about you without having to be thieves. You could be our scouts, raiders, things like that.
And as we finished on the last of those little epilogues, we return back to our narrator, who presents a bow as clapping from all directions comes from the adoring room and fans. Some time passes as the tavern gets cleaned up. The humble narrator approaches the reluctant innkeep. As you can see, it's been 5 nights and I told my story, so are we square? The innkeep looking with a rugged look. Fine. Ah, thank God. Well, it was a lovely establishment, and if you ever need my services again, you don't know where to find me, but I'll find you. As you see, he kind of proceeds to walk out towards the back alleyway. As the innkeep kind of cleans up, he goes, "Stupid idiot, he left his coins." Hey! As you see, he turns around the alleyway, and as he does, he's met with a miraculous sight. As our narrator slowly shifts into the form of Ree, as they fly off with the parting words that we hear. I tell this story not simply for its entertainment, but to help teach a lesson that I learned from an unlikely group of heroes. As kindness carries us, and kindness protects us. From now until the days my wings cease to flutter against the wind, I will make sure that all hear this story and remember the melody from the Symphony of Scylos. And that is where we will end our lovely story here. Thank you, everyone, for joining this. A lovely, lovely little mini-series here. With that, I'm going to go in reverse order for all our cast to give them sweet, sweet plugs for where you can find all these talented performers, starting off with Val.
Hello, everyone. I'm Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns. You can find me all around the internet at Valiant Dorian or at Also Spirit Bear. Please enjoy the lovely treasure hunt I just set you on. And tonight and every previous several nights, I have had the distinct pleasure of playing Rao, the party's invoker, who also uses he, him pronouns, and actual Gear Knight. Didn't think that was going to happen, but We made it happen, y'all. Rao's a gear night, Sir Rao. I have some really cool projects coming up, so keep an eye on all my socials on that. And I'm also still running my crowdfunder in extended time for my first ever TTRPG, The Beast Within, about weird beasts and exploring the duality between humanity and monstrosity. It will not be on crowdfunder for too long, as we're about to open an itch.io pre-order store. So keep your eyes on the socials for that. And if you have any goodies you want to get, snatch them now on that crowdfunder. Link will be on my Twitter. But thank you everyone for joining us on this journey.
Lovely, lovely. Toffee, you are next.
Hey guys, had a pleasure playing with this table. Y'all, if you enjoyed what you saw, get us into your tables. Let us play with you guys. Hire us. Let us know if you want to play with us. We're always down. We're always down to play. So, but yeah, I'm Toffee. You can find me on Twitch and on Twitter at Toffee Plays. Filipino actor based out of San Diego. What do I got next lined up? I do have a 3-shot of Monster in the Week sometime in July, and then hopefully in August I'll be starting my second DM'd campaign. I'm going to be doing a little bit of Ghosts of Saltmarsh D&D with a little bit of Sina Una with those Philippine islands. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to get back in the DM seat soon because wonderful DMs like Chris inspire me every single freaking day. So keep a lookout for that.
Lovely words and fantastic. Next up, Danny.
Oh my gosh. Hi, goodbye, everybody. I'm internet and I she pronouns. It was so wonderful playing with all of you. Thank you for all of the heartfelt cares and thank you for everyone who stuck with us. Yeah, I'll see you around.
Lovely. Toffee, you're next.
Oh,
I'm
I already
sorry.
went.
But I know. Brain.
No, run
I
it
only
back.
can
Run it
make it
back.
so
Stay
far.
on, run it
I can only
back.
Cleric, go. Go, Cleric.
Hello, everyone. I've been your local internet fuck up, Cleric here. I want to say this has been a lovely game to play. I'm upset that I only got to play 3 games, but those 3 games was phenomenal because of everyone on this crew. Made it so much fun and made it amazing to play with. If you're looking for more of me, I'm currently not in any other shows coming up, but if you want to hear more of my lovely voice, please check out MFA, aka Monster Fuckers Anonymous, a show where we talk about monsters, talk about their lore, talk about their media representation, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, whether or not you watching the finale of this show, should be having sex with those monsters. We have an episode actually coming out tomorrow, all based on creepypastas. If you're interested in that, I'm not a big for some reason Mr. Clean get brought up in that episode. So if you want to know the context of that, I will provide none. But this has been a lovely time. Thank you, Chris, and thank you for Bad House for having me.
And last but not least, Calamity.
Hello, everyone. I'm Calamity, pronouns she, they. You can find me on the internet as Hey Calamity with 3 Y's at the end, tabletop performer, writer, producer. I don't have anything else that I can talk about coming up, but keep an eye out for fall where some things might come out. In the meantime, though, I am going to try to be getting back into writing and maybe making some of my own stuff and maybe opening, I don't know, like a little coffee store. I don't know, we'll see. Or like a little itch, we'll see. But I am trying to look into getting into more writing. One thing I can plug is Emerald Templars, which just PDF just got sent out for that recently to all backers, so I'm not 100% sure when it will be fully available to everyone to purchase, but it is a lovely TTRPG written by just many people of color and queer people, and it's just a beautiful game, and I got to write for it, so that's why I'm plugging it. And it was a delightful time. So check out Emerald Templars. You can find them on Twitter. And I played Lawrence, your magician.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that last, sadly, leaves me. Hello, my name is Chris, Chris Cologne. You can find me on the Twitters at VO_Cologne. That's COLON. I have been your humble guide for these preceding evenings here. In terms of plugs, I am planning stuff, hopefully, for fallish, summer, or whatnot, so there's going to be a bunch of cool stuff. In terms of immediately tomorrow, I am going to be playing on the charity game, a Cyberpunk Red charity game for raising money for Parkinson's Foundation over on, I'm pronouncing this right, Draxala 19. That's DAXARA 19. You can find it on my Twitter. You'll find the link there. And I'm just going to be playing the game at 3 p.m. Eastern to raise some money. So if you want to catch more of my lovely face and my stupid voice, you can go catch me there. Beyond that, thank you for everyone who joined us for this lovely series, and a especially big thank you to not only Bat House, but also to the man behind the screen, Fabian, who has been doing all this lovely tech stuff. We couldn't have done it without you, and you made this show fantastic. With that, until then, everyone, we hope to see you again sometime on some other weird space out there, but until then, have a lovely night. And have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.